and trust emoji to bring it alive with his fantastic style, his great breadth of music, dexterity, and have a medley, a resounding way to bring the last Friday of March, the last Friday of our Heritage Month. Emoji is a man of God. A fantastic way to end your month, but also to start your day. Thank you for staying with us. 97.3 Citi FM. And so on the wings of that song, we bring you a great show today as we bring the Heritage Month to a resounding close. 2 big days celebrating the best of our food and our music at no mean a place than the AMA forecourt. It's happening on Saturday and Sunday. We hope to see you there. And I'll be joined by my brother Richard Sky as we go into the headlines shortly. Oh my Lord. This particular song was done by the great Achimota School musician, music master, musicologist Ken Kafui. And he has converted a praise song which was originally in choral style to a very, very interesting high life version. But we're grateful nonetheless. It's amazing how people take choral songs and make it high life.
Your mom, is it? No.
It's a beautiful song.
No. Is it that part? That is
amazing. The person's voice is like a piano.
No, so they should have infused that more.
That part.
No, that should be more. It should have been greater than.
It's true. It's too short.
Yeah. No, on this note, let me just celebrate. An older brother of mine, Bob Akande.
He used to be in the choir.
Yes. Yeah. He's still, I believe. Okay. Yeah, but these days he plays his trade in trade in Accra and other places.
The best part of the people in those choirs was that they tie the drum around their neck, and they are usually at the back.
Thank you.
And they start to do. Then they start on the back. And sometimes the guys who are drumming are also the guys singing the beat.
Exactly.
So they have to do our role.
Yeah.
And they have this white and black they put on.
And then they bend backwards a little bit. So that the stomach will be up.
I miss those days, man. I miss those days.
No, Charlie, I celebrate all the bands, the singing people, man.
Oh my Lord. All right, let me tell you who's sponsoring this segment before we jump into the headlines. Fidelity Bank is sponsoring the newspaper review and basically helping you on your journey to greatness, financing your dreams, staying with you every step of that way. Let's turn your dreams into reality. We are here for you, Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. Total Energy is also proud to be associated with the newspaper review thanks to the cumulative effect of our 3-in-1 powered Excellium. Keep your engine clean, extend its life, and lower its fuel consumption. And of course, Piva Beverages are also here with their 5-flavored drink, including the tangy, the cocktail, the cola, the orange, and the grapefruit. When we come back, we'll tell you what the headlines are saying on a Friday morning. Stay with us.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protection protector. And what they boss my mind says be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
My buddy, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's that day your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's that day your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live for you. Many want. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
There's a lot of music coming up on the show this morning, so let me just go straight into the newspaper review. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
What you are wearing is called a coolie high.
Yeah.
And I'm told it's only people with a certain level of, class and confidence.
Newsboys hat, yeah.
And I have a few friends of mine who say they will come to the festival tomorrow in coolie high. Because the nature of the work they do, they don't have to be seen. So they wear dark and coolie high. And they'll be walking quietly. Yeah, they don't want people to recognize them.
Unfortunately for me, these days I can't even hide.
You can't hide. No, you can run, but you can't hide. No, you have arrived. Wherever you pass, they'll catch you. Yeah, even if you become a nurse, they will. You got challenge. If you wear dark, you wear Rasta crowd, they will know you. Rasta Banyanya, they will catch you. What are the people saying?
Well, we have a number of them this morning, so yeah, we are doing chimpe. You take three, I take three.
And I'll take the headlines online too.
So the Ghanaian Times says this morning, help purge judiciary of perceived corruption. President John Dramani Mahama spotted here with the president of the Ghana Bar Association, Mrs. Efua Gate.
Okay.
And also on the front page, petition to remove CJ. Justice Tokonu, request for petition from president. Her photograph is here. Also, MP goes to Supreme Court, challenges action to remove CJ. There are a number of other stories here, including one that says ECOWAS Reg EC's project to promote timely release and distribution of vaccines.
All right. The Daily Graphic, Chief Justice request for petitions. Old Tafo MP sues AG over CJ's removal process. Story on the front page. Then NIB smashes $350 million cocaine haul. Hey! $350 million.
Sure.
Meanwhile, special supplement on Eid al-Fitr, and then Republic Bank Caribbean Expo to support SMEs. But I want to give you 2 back page headlines.
Okay.
Obechebi Lamte interchange, ancillary work slowed down over funds.
True.
And then this is an interesting one. Implementation of street lights successful. Really? Great Accra Regional Minister. Because
They said the last time I checked, they said 170 of them have
because
been
even
fixed.
today I was driving in a lot of places with no lights, so I don't know what he's talking about. We'll find out more later.
Let me take you to this troubling story. We hope we get to the bottom of it. You know about this claim that some thousands of
Containers have been
exactly. Well,
vanished.
the Chronicle has an update which we also brought to you yesterday. The missing ECG cargo, 8 Chinese and Indian arrested. 40 out of 1,350 containers retrieved. Whoa. Also, MP Osewu Susu AG of attempt to remove Chief Justice from office. And the story here that says RTIC demands answers from FIC over withheld tax information.
The Herald has a number of stories. A Greek Ministry Cocoa Board documents reveal $15 million and 44 million CD deals linked to busted Signal Bureau boss Asasi Radio's image Washington falls. A lot of words in one headline. Also, Chief Justice draws sword on Mahama, demands 3 petitions seeking a removal. We have this already. Nittu denies leaving Ghanaian soldiers hungry as a reply to Mani Buama. And then the one you read, 12 Chinese Indian Ghanaians arrested over missing ECG containers. And then Controller and Accountant General freezes GBC boss's salary over unclear reappointment.
Okay, so let me take you to the news center, my final newspaper for this morning. SME loans. Fidelity Bank grants some 427 million Ghana cedis in 2024, supporting 35,000 jobs and injecting over 3.08 billion Ghana cedis into the economy. Another story here says that VRA's engineer Sophia Abena Tijani elected president of the Ghana Institution of Engineering. Congratulations to her, another woman making us all proud.
Yes.
And Margins ID Group showcases smart card innovation to Columbia University MBA students.
Meanwhile, the Ghanaian publisher says 2 injunctions filed against CJ's removal. That's on the front page. I'll take you online for about 4 quick headlines. Ahmed Ibrahim proposes new levy to fund waste management. This is citynewsroom.com. GES reschedules reopening date for single track SHSs. Meanwhile, Impraiso FE says Sam George is not being truthful about NITE's finances. He also says NDC deserves no applause for fulfilling manifesto promises. Then the 10 Pessoa fund levy for fire service will burden consumers according to COPEC. So there are 2 levies being proposed to fund important things, but the stakeholders are not happy.
Okay.
And they disagree. And the Education Ministry inaugurates 11-member committee to oversee double track reversal. So I'll bring you those education headlines shortly. And then let's move to Channel 1 News. OSP failing on corruption fight, redirect funds to AG. This is an MP speaking. Meanwhile, CJ's request could render Esifua's lawsuit moot, according to a law professor. Parliament approves 31 billion CD for Education Ministry. We'll give you the breakdown. And government to support legal small-scale mining, not ban it. Sami Jemfi is speaking. If you go to my journal online, the lead story, Supreme Court to hear injunction application against processes to remove CJ on April the 2nd. In other headlines, petition for CJ's removal shouldn't have been publicized, according to Sam Okujeto. My former MP says, my 20 years in Parliament makes me an asset to Ghana's capital market. This is James Kluche Aveji, who's now the CEO of, or DG rather, of the SEC.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
And then GRA shuts down claims of freezing Richard Amakwei's account. We need to get to the bottom of
I thought
this.
it was the FIC.
I don't even understand. So GRA says they are not responsible for that piece of news. I'll take you for a quick round of international headlines. So Putin says Greenland has nothing to do with Russia. So basically they are saying to US, Yafe, if you want to take Greenland, it's yours. Now, Canada's Prime Minister says the old relationship with the US is quote unquote over. I'll probably give you some highlights on this soon. Let's start with the CJ story.
Okay, so this is the biggest story in Ghana today, and the details are on the front page of the graphic. CJ request for petitions. Emmanuel Ebo Hodgson, writing for the Daily Graphic, says the Member of Parliament for Old Tafo, Vincent Eko Esifua, has filed a lawsuit asking the Supreme Court to declare as null and void the ongoing process which would lead to the removal of the Chief Justice, Justice Gertrude Saki Tokonu, from office. I'm not so sure whether which. Okay, now let me go. Now, the MP in the writ filed at the Apex Court yesterday is asking the Supreme Court to declare as null and void President John Dramani Mahame's decision to forward a petition seeking the removal of the Chief Justice to the Council of State for consultation. Now, the writ was filed against the Attorney General by the lawyer for the MP Godfred Yeboah Dame, who is the immediate past Attorney General. Now, the counsel for the Otafo Member of Parliament is also in another motion at the same court seeking an interlocutory injunction restraining the President and the Council of State from proceeding with the consultation processes for the removal of the Chief Justice under Article 146 of the Constitution in any manner until the hearing and final determination of the instant action. Now, what we do know in addition to that is that there's also another gentleman who has also gone
Ebenezer Osewusu. I have that on citynewsroom.com.
Okay.
A Ghanaian citizen, Ebenezer Osewusu, has petitioned the SC to stop President Mahama and the Council of State from proceeding with the process outlined in Article 1466. Now, this legal action follows the Presidency's disclosure that it had received 3 separate petitions. Now, in his writ, Osewusu argues that the President has no constitutional authority to forward such petitions without first determining a prima facie case. I'll give you 2 or 3 quick sort of reactions to this story.
Okay.
The first one is coming in from a man we interviewed, Professor Kwejo Apiajetuya. He said that the lawsuit filed by the Otafo MP challenging the procedural illegality of President Mahame's actions could, and this is the key word, could be rendered moot if the President grants the Chief Justice request.
Okay.
So he says, of course, because the CJ has requested for copies, he's saying that he doesn't know where that will leave a Sifwa suit. Speaking in an interview on CNR on Thursday, Professor Apiajetuya explained that Asafwa's legal challenge contests the President's decision to refer the petition to the Council of State without first consulting the CJ. According to him, the lawsuit may lose relevance if the President provides the CJ with the information and the time she has requested. So basically, we need to watch those 2 developments. Number 2, the matter we are told will be heard on the 2nd of April.
which is Wednesday, right?
Which is the day after the holiday.
Yeah.
So there's holiday 31st, holiday 1st, so Wednesday. Then Samuku Jeto has also been speaking on this. He says petitions shouldn't have been published. So a former president of GBA, Samuku Jeto, has criticized the decision to publicize the petition seeking the removal of the CJ. Now, I don't know what that means, publicizing the fact of the petition or the content, because the content has
not been published. The contents
No, I'm talking about the fact of, as in the fact that there's a petition.
Well, I mean, that one I honestly don't see the I mean,
So let me read it. It says, according to him, such matters should remain confidential until a prima facie case has been established. Speaking in an interview on Joy FM's Top Story, Okujetu, who was a member of the Council of State, stressed that making such petitions public at an early stage is a flawed approach. Now, your point is that the petition hasn't been publicized.
No, the petition hasn't been publicized.
So I don't know what
Maybe his concern is with the press statement issued by the president.
That the matter has been sent.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure whether that in itself should amount to.
So a lot of legal views on this. If we have time, we'll discuss this now.
Meanwhile, the Chief Justice herself has written to the President,
okay,
asking for a copy or copies of the petitions filed against her, and that request went to the President and then also the Council of State for them to submit.
Stay in the graphic. NIB 350 million cocaine.
Charlie, all kinds of things are happening on the security front. Now, Suleiman and Mustafa reporting this morning on page 13 of the newspaper says that in a groundbreaking operation, the National Intelligence Bureau, NIB, has intercepted a staggering 3,319.66 kilograms, which is 3.3 tons, of substances suspected to be cocaine, with a street value of approximately $350 million. You hear about these things in in Mexico and US and other places. Now, the massive haul was concealed in sacks and bags, cleverly hidden in heaps of sand in a tipper truck to evade detection. However, the vigilant NIB operatives were able to uncover the illicit cargo, marking a significant milestone in the country's fight against narcotics. Now, the tipper truck was arrested at Pedu Junction in Cape Coast. Pedu Junction in Cape Coast, in the central region en route to Accra. Now, the interception of the over 3,300 kilograms of cocaine is a significant achievement, marking about the largest cocaine seizures.
Where was this? In the
Pedu.
So it's already in the country.
Yeah, it was. So the question is, where did they come from?
And where was it going?
Was it from the western border, or it was from some coastal community in the central region?
$350 million.
$350 million. And if you look at the thing, Charlie, but this thing is a lot, too. It's a lot. Look at it.
Meanwhile, when you are driving on that Accra Cape Coast Road, the number of checkpoints you go through.
Yes.
So the question is, what were they checking?
No, but maybe we can celebrate them for at least arresting.
Thankfully. Now, still on security issues, this is ECG's missing containers. 40 recovered from Indian National, according to the minister. Energy and Green Transition Minister John Jinappo has announced the recovery of 40 out of the over 1,300 missing containers belonging to ECG. These containers were traced to a warehouse in Pune, linked to an Indian national who has since been apprehended. An investigative report previously revealed that more than 1,300 containers intended for clearance at the Tema port were unaccounted for initially. ECG reported 2,491 uncleared containers filled with cables and essential equipment. However, an independent audit uncovered only 1,134 containers at the port, leaving 1,347 missing. The minister disclosed that national security operatives acting on intelligence discovered 40 of these missing containers in the possession of the Indian national. Now, upon interrogation, the individual claimed he had purchased the containers in 2024. Then, still on this, 12 Chinese, Indian, Ghanaians arrested for missing ECG containers. This is the Herald. 12 Chinese nationals, an Indian and a Ghanaian, have been arrested by the national security in connection with this same issue. The suspects, who are linked to 2 aluminium smelting companies located at Shai Hills, were apprehended on Thursday during an intelligence-led operation. Cables believed to be part of the missing consignment were traced to an aluminium smelter owned by the Chinese, situated opposite Shai Hills Game Reserve. These cables were reportedly being melted into aluminium bars for export. Operatives of national security are also on a manhunt for another Chinese national who is currently on the run. So this seems to be 2 separate things. 40 containers retrieved from the Indian, and then 12 in Chinese, 1 Indian and a Ghanaian, or some Ghanaians also picked up in connection with this.
I think we need to get to the bottom of the matter, and the people responsible have got to be dealt with, because over 1,000 containers.
They can't just disappear like that. So somebody probably sold them. It's challenge. Let's do 2 things.
Quickly, let me draw your attention to a story on page 3 of the Ghanaian Times saying former NSB boss, wife seek bail at High Court. The High Court in Accra will today hear the bail application initiated by Kwabena Edu-Boahen, former Director General of the National Signals Bureau, and his wife, Angela Ejeboaching. Now, the couple are seeking bail at the court pending investigations by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO.
Now, on that same story, Agric Ministry Cocoa Board documents reveal $15 million, 44 million Ghana cedi deals, basically debunking the claim that the man benefited from Cocoa Board prior to 2017, giving some details about the company that he's supposed to be linked with those exclusive files. Now, I want to give you 2 education stories. Then there are a couple of stories around people who want to raise levies to do some things. Now, the Ministry of Education has had a budget approved for 31 billion Ghana cedis. Parliament approved a 31 billion Ghana cedi budget for the ministry. As part of its initiative, the ministry plans to waive academic fees for all first-year students in public universities to promote access to higher education. Additionally, the government will introduce free tertiary education for persons with disabilities to ease the financial burden on affected families. Now, I'm going to give you 2 related stories. 11-member committee inaugurated to oversee reversal of double track system. So the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has inaugurated an 11-member committee tasked with overseeing the reversal of the double track system in senior high schools. The move forms part of government's broader educational reforms aimed at enhancing quality, access and efficiency. The names of the members of the committee have been listed. Still on that ministry, GES has rescheduled reopening dates for single track senior high schools. So the senior high schools and the single track has been rescheduled reopening from 29th March, which is tomorrow, to April 23rd.
Okay, that'll be after Easter.
Way beyond, yes. So you're right. Okay, this change was outlined in a circular dated March 27 yesterday, addressed to all regional directors. The letter, signed by Prince Ajimandia, Director of Schools and Instructions Division, directed regional directors to ensure the information reaches all relevant stakeholders. Now, reasons for the rescheduling. Students were originally scheduled to resume on March 29, which is tomorrow, following their vacation on March 4. However, due to Eid al-Fitr public holiday on March 30 and 31.
Is it up to 29?
Just 2 days. So the reopening was initially pushed to April 1. Further consideration led to extension to April 23.
Well,
it's not added
this
up.
Eid al-Fitr explanation.
Because Eid al-Fitr is only 1st April.
Yeah.
And you move the thing from April 1 to April 23.
Oh.
Now, a statement from the Ministry of Interior explained that Eid falls on Sunday, March 30. As a result, President, it's a long story. Now, confirming the change, Cassandra Chumapo of GES explained that reopening schools just before a series of holidays would not be ideal, as it will subject students to unnecessary travel risks. Monday and Tuesday have been declared a statutory holiday. You know, because Easter comes on the 17th. So basically, they are saying we have 2 days holiday after the reopen. They reopen on Saturday. Then there's 2 days of holiday, which is Monday and Tuesday. Then a week and a half after that, we go for Easter. So let's just let them stay home. Hey! So they will stay home till 23rd.
Yeah, that's cool.
I hear you.
Bernard,
yes.
The Obechebi Lamte interchange, we are told, work there slowing down because of lack of funds, at least for now. Emmanuel Bonny, reporting on the back page of the Daily Graphic, says final ancillary works on portions of the Obechebi Lamte interchange have slowed down due to delays in the release of funds to execute them. The resident engineer of the project, Usu Secheintri, has stated.
Stay on that paper, because the regional minister is saying that the street light is successful. I don't know whether she's saying it's going well or it's finished.
Now, Emmanuel Damali reports on the back page and says that as part of measures to beef up security and visibility at night in the Greater Accra region, the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council has implemented an operation to light up major streets in the capital, Accra. Now, the initiative, which began 50 days ago, based on the promise of the Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu, has seen some principal streets in Accra having their street lights repaired across most of the 29 metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies. Now, briefing the media during a tour of some principal streets in Accra last Tuesday night, the minister described the project, which aimed to restore 70% of Accra street lights, as having been fairly successful. So maybe when you're driving in Accra these days, you see a lot of street lights, which
now,
is to be celebrated.
Two sector ministers are proposing some levies, which I don't know if you can agree to. So, Minister for Local Government has proposed the introduction of a dedicated sanitation levy in a bid to address the growing sanitation challenge across Ghana. Debut. According to the minister, the levy would serve as a crucial financial resource aimed at improving waste management, in enhancing public hygiene, and supporting long-term sanitation in Ghana. He's basically saying he just assumed office and the sanitation situation has been brought under his establishment, and that there needs to be some levy to finance this. Then,
after they have taken away e-levy and related levies,
then 10 peswa fuel levy on consumers to retool fire service. That one too, COPEC has clicked against it. Chamber of Petroleum Consumers has voiced strong opposition to the proposed 10 peswa levy on petroleum products, warning that it could create undue economic pressure on Ghanaians. His remarks come in response to a recent proposal by Interior Minister Muntaka Mubarak to introduce 10 peswa levy on every litre of fuel purchased. The levy is intended to finance the procurement of fire tenders for the fire service, which has long struggled with outdated firefighting equipment.
Why are we not hearing about big ideas on how to deepen the tax net? Go into the informal
property taxes.
Yes, we are not hearing the every time
we consume consumption taxes.
How?
I don't know. Now, GRA is shutting down claims of freezing Richard Amakwe's accounts. But I think what they're saying is that they had issued an assessment on him relating to his income taxes. So the GRA has reacted to publications on various social media and other platforms reporting it has frozen the bank accounts of Richard Ni Amakwe, founder of Bills Microcredit Limited, and raised a personal income tax assessment of 30 million cedis on him. This was communicated in a statement dated Thursday, March 27, issued by the authority's communication unit. They debunked allegations that he had frozen the man's accounts. The authority has issued an assessment on him related to his income. It, however, clarified, and then it gives some 6 other paragraphs explaining the situation.
I think the FIC needs to come out with a statement to clarify what exactly the situation there from their end. And quickly, Bernard, there's a story here on page 3 of the news center that I want to bring to your attention. You know, my colleagues, my compatriots in the Ketu South constituency, at least the Agaveji area and related communities, have been going through some serious difficulties because of tidal wave attacks. We are told that the National Petroleum Authority has demonstrated its commitment to social responsibility as its acting chief executive, Mr. Godwin Kujo, yes, led a delegation to the Volta region to donate relief items to victims of recent tidal waves in the Ketu South municipality. We celebrate the MPA for this particular initiative, and we hope that the government would actually implement the next phase of the Sea Defense project as to deal with the recurrent problems on that corridor. Let me also say, though, that yesterday we were talking about the folks in the Ashanti region who rejected Muntaka's rice and oil. We are told that they have since Business issued a statement following our commentary yesterday
That's
to apologize to the minister for subjecting him to public ridicule and embarrassment.
But where is the rice?
So now
Because I have people who need it.
yeah, so we can
redirect it to the people.
Yeah,
They will collect.
We'll collect
have
it.
no problem.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
All right, so City Business News coming up shortly, and then City Business Edition. Every day people face different emergencies: police emergency, fire emergency, medical, etc. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you want to remember: *770#. Yes, *770# is the new EcoBank money emergency number. Well, this *770# gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility payments, airtime, and data purchases, and so much more, even without data. So next time you are in financial trouble, you know what to do now. *770#. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Only Caesar in the business world. Ashika Caesar is here with the news. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, Monetary Policy Committee of Bank of Ghana to announce policy rate later today. Also coming up, Total Energies Marketing Ghana PLC report profits after tax of 286 million cedis for 2024. And later, Chamber of Petroleum Consumers COPEC rejects proposal to introduce a 10% levy on petroleum products. Let's settle for the details of our stories now as the Monetary Policy Committee MPC of the Bank of Ghana prepares to announce a new policy rate today. Industry players are anticipating a cut from the current 27% to ease borrowing cost and stimulate economic activity. The 123rd MPC meeting, the first, and the Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama has assessed key economic development over 3 days, with stakeholders hoping for measures that will stabilize the economy. For the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, while it remains neutral on a possible policy rate cut, it expects the central bank to introduce measures to curb excess liquidity, a move seen as critical in preventing further inflationary pressures. Charles Kusi-Appiah is head of business and economic bureau at GUTA, and he's been speaking with City Business News.
Aren't expecting any reduction of the policy rates, more so when it's indicated that there's a lot of excess liquidity in the market. We're expecting the Bank of Ghana to come up with a policy that will ensure that at least they can move out some of the liquidity excesses in the market to avert inflation from going beyond the skies. 100 basis increments is reasonable to ensure that high inflation will be arrested.
Charles Kusi-Appiah is head of business and economic bureau at GUTA. Meanwhile, president of the Ghana Association of Banks, Kwame Nasumini, believes there is a strong case for a rate cut.
The currency has stabilized, and the food drought, while it's still not behind us, we've also gotten some indication that the rate of increase of food prices has moderated. And so to the extent that, the policymakers are comfortable that expectations have tempered, we feel there's a basis for that policy rate to come down.
Kwame Nasumini is president of the Ghana Association of Banks. Moving on, Total Energies Marketing Ghana PLC has reported a profit after tax of approximately 286 million cedis for the year ended December 31, 2024, marking a significant jump from the 167.91 million cedis in 2023. The strong performance was driven by higher revenue and improved operational efficiency. Beyond its financial gains, Total Energies Marketing Ghana made a significant tax contribution contribution of 1.7 billion cedis to the government of Ghana in 2024. Speaking on the sidelines of the facts behind the figures by the Ghana Stock Exchange, the Managing Director of Total Energies Marketing Ghana PLC, Wulomei Babajide, noted that his team is poised to deliver on top-notch products and services in 2025.
Despite not very strong macroeconomic situation of the country, we managed to navigate through this, and we actually delivered, I would say, a record high performance of the company since we've been in Ghana. For 2025 as well, we are very confident to continue to grow the business, to continue to give to our customers clean, affordable, and quality products, as well as services. In terms of strategic, innovative products, we have a couple. One which will soon get to the local economy that we call SAF, that's Sustainable Aviation Fuel. In some of our companies across the world, we have started marketing this.
That was the Managing Director of Total Energies Marketing Ghana PLC, Wulomei Babajide, speaking there. Now we move to the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, who has rejected a proposal by Interior Ministry to introduce a 10 peswa levy on petroleum products. Interior Minister Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak suggested the levy to fund new fire engines for the Ghana National Fire Service. However, COPEC's Executive Secretary Duncan Amoah, in an interview with Citi Business News, acknowledged the fire service's challenges but argued that an extra fuel levy is not the solution.
We would differ greatly. We would avert the minister's mind to the fact that we could streamline something with the property rates, the rental incomes that the state over the period has not been able to formally pick up. And then again, you also have a situation where commercial properties have a certain annual renewals that they do with the local assemblies. If we are looking for money to be able to retool the fire service, maybe we should pay a little closer attention to some of these avenues.
Duncan Amoah is Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana, COPEC. Now let's have a quick market check on the currency board across some forex bureaus, and the dollar is going for 15 cedis 50 pesos, while the British pound is going for 19 cedis 50 pesos, and the euro is going for 16 cedis 50 pesos rather. Remember that these are the rates being offered by the forex bureaus to the public. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Do have a great business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Wulomei.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
So 9 minutes past 7, City Breakfast Show, Friday morning. Sending money to Nigeria, Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Kenya is now added, Djibouti, Zambia, and Zimbabwe has been made much easier through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, the PAPS. You can now send and receive money from these countries in minutes for business and personal purposes. Simply visit any First Bank Ghana branch with your cash and your money is transferred in no time. To receive money, all you need is a First Bank Ghana account. This is another way First Bank Ghana puts you first. First Bank, you first. Vena Mineral Water has taken a bold step by removing its seals from the cap towards environmental sustainability. To reduce plastic waste, Vena has modified the design of its 500 ml, 750 ml, and 1.5 liter bottles by removing the cap seal, helping to minimize pollution and protecting our planet. But that's not all. Vena bottles are made from BPA-free, eco-friendly plastic, ensuring your health and safety while delivering the same refreshing hydration you trust. Plus, the new lightweight design uses less plastic, makes the bottles easier to compress and shrink for recycling. So no seal, less waste, easy to compress and shrink for recycling, less plastic. But guess what? Same great refreshment. So choose Vena and refresh with a purpose. Between now and June 2025, Enterprise Insurance is giving you more reasons to smile on the road. Buy or renew your existing motor insurance policy and enjoy amazing rewards, free fuel coupons for your car, and airtime for your phone. It's that simple. Insure and chill. With over 100 years of trusted experience, we are here to secure you peace of mind. Visit any of our branches, connect with your insurance agent or broker, or use the Enterprise Advantage app for convenience and enjoy free fuel coupons and airtime instantly. Enterprise Insurance is rated AAA by GCR for financial strength, claims paying ability. I'll be playing shortly for you a very interesting interview this morning with the UK Trade Envoy to Ghana, Belle Ribeiro Adi, who is in Ghana for a very important engagement, and I caught up with her to chat with her about international trade and also about the Heritage Month. But the legendary Na Amanoa of the Wulomei fame, her burial is slated for tomorrow, Saturday, the 29th of March at 8 a.m. at the State House Forecourt. All are cordially invited. Now, this woman was a key member of the Wulomei group. Her full name is Merina Amanwa Dodu. And of course, she passed away, unfortunately, at UGMC on 16 December last year. So from 8 a.m., there'll be pre-burial and laying in state and filing past. The event itself is at 9 a.m. at the forecourt to the State House. Now, later on this morning, we'll sample some of her work. You know, we are celebrating the best of Ghanaian music, and for such a legend whose funeral happens to fall tomorrow, it is only fair that we sample some of her work on the show today. So watch out for that. But what am I doing now? So I'll be speaking to the UK Trade Envoy and also a member of Parliament for, I think it's Clapham and Brixton in South London. I'll clarify this. But she has been talking to us about her visit to Ghana, the importance of trade between the United Kingdom and Ghana, and the issues of our shared heritage in this very important conversation on the City Business Edition. Enjoy.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Please wait. Please wait. Please wait until I get my new car. Please wait until I find my real size. I'm gonna get me some love so bad. My girl, sweet girl.
All right, so welcome to another edition of your favorite City Business Edition with a very, very special and interesting guest who's the UK trade envoy to Ghana. She's a member of parliament in the British House of Commons, but she's with an interesting name, Belle Ribeiro Addy. Sounds familiar? Well, she's in Ghana on a sort of trade mission. We caught up with her during the Heritage Month, and we will be discussing a few things of mutual importance. Obviously business, but also some of our shared history and, of course, our collective future. So let me say good morning to Belle Ribeiro Addy. Welcome to Citi.
Thank you very much.
And welcome to Ghana. Can I say again?
Again, yes.
Again.
I have been here many times.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
But obviously you're here in this capacity for the first time.
Yes. I
So-
am here in this capacity for the first
So
time.
you're the UK trade envoy to Ghana.
Yes, and I chair the all-party parliamentary group on Ghana as well.
Is it? There's a parliamentary group on Ghana.
Yes. We had one back in 2016,
Okay.
but it lapsed. But we have relaunched it this year. We relaunched it on Ghana independence with the Ghana High Commission in the UK.
Wow, amazing. Let's start off by asking what you do in the UK. You're a member of parliament for which neck of the woods, and for how long have you been?
I'm the Member of Parliament for Clapham and Brixton Hill, which is in South London. It used to be Streatham, but we had a boundary change, so things moved around slightly. And I've been a Member of Parliament since December 2019.
Is it? When we watch the television, we see some very interesting African-sounding names on either side of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I want to guess you are Labour.
I am Labour, and when I was elected in 2019, myself and my colleague and friend Abena Apongasare jointly became the first Ghanaian women or women of Ghanaian heritage to be elected to UK's Parliament.
Because prior to that, I'd heard of Adam Afriye, who incidentally, I think, played this role.
Yes, at one point he was the UK trade envoy. Obviously, the first was a Labour person, Lord Paul Boateng.
Of course.
He was formerly a member of Parliament. Now he's a member of the House of Lords.
Yes.
We had Kwasi Kwarteng.
Yes.
We had Sam Jimmer, and now we have Ben Obesejekti.
Interesting, but some of them were conservative. And
Well, all of the men,
Were
for some reason,
for
have
some-
been
yeah.
conservative, except for Paul Boateng.
Yeah.
And at the moment, we only have one Ghanaian man. And coincidentally, he is the vice chair
Is
of the
it?
all-party parliamentary group on Ghana.
Lots of cynical listeners in Ghana don't think there's much difference between the two sides in Ghana. But I don't know if being Labour, give me two things that make you guys different from the Conservatives.
Well, different from the Conservatives, we are socialists. We are a socialist democratic party, and that is quite different, I would say.
Do you manifest that in your policy still, in any way?
I feel like we do at the moment, with some things happening. Some might disagree, but at our core, we are a socialist democratic party. Those were the principles that we were founded on, and those are the principles that I hold most closely to.
Wonderful. Now, so how did you rise to this? Because most people will be wondering, wow, Belle Ribeiro Addy, was she born in Ghana? Did she live here? How did she rise to become an MEP or member of parliament in the UK? Can you tell us briefly your whole sojourn? Were you born in Ghana? Did you live in London?
No, I was actually born in Brixton, where I continue to live today, South
Okay.
London. Yes, my parents are from Ghana. They're both born in Ghana,
Okay.
and came to live in the UK.
Right.
And with me, myself, my siblings, we were fortunate enough to get to visit often. I came when I was 5, when I was 10, when I was 14,
Oh, wow.
when I was 17, and then after the age of 21, I came a lot more regularly. My parents eventually retired back here
Okay.
in 2015, so I've been coming back every Christmas since before it got called Dirty December.
And with a name like Ribeiro Addy, I believe you're Ghana.
I am a Ga.
I see. Oh, you're Ghana.
Few.
Oh, you're Ghana. That's not too bad. I mean, that's good. So essentially, you're now to do two things. From the UK side, you're obviously supposed to promote trade between UK and Ghana. So tell me a bit about that role and what it means.
So the UK Trade Envoy is basically an extension of our trade arm. It's to give certain markets more attention. Obviously, we have ministers, and the ministers are the real post holders. But the ministers obviously have a number of different areas to focus on. So trade envoys are given to areas where we want to pay special attention to. We're very privileged in Ghana, I think, because there are some trade envoys that have been given a couple of countries. Ghana has has one dedicated trade envoy, and that is me.
And I'm talking to her.
You're talking to her, and I have the task of promoting UK trade to Ghana, but also trying to see what products we can get from Ghana. And I think, given our shared history, shared language, and proximity, this is something that we can do quite easily. We also have a really, really fantastic trade agreement in place, which a number of people don't know about. In 2021, I believe, we signed an economic partnership agreement which actually allows for tariff-free trade between the UK and Ghana. This means that from the UK, tariff-free, the types of things you would use in infrastructure, machinery, etc., can come into Ghana without tariffs, and then from Ghana, agricultural products can move tariff-free into the UK.
Quota-free or just tariff-free?
I think just tariff-free. Okay. And at this moment in time, it's not really being used as much as it should be, and that's I think a massive issue, because people are missing out. And even textiles, I think people didn't know that they could move textiles tariff-free at the moment, and that we had a long history of people wheeling things in their suitcase, hoping not to be stopped. But this isn't necessary anymore, because it is absolutely tariff-free.
I guess since Brexit, bilateral agreements have become more important for the UK. And I'm told that the UK has only 9 trade envoys focused on Africa. Ghana is one of the few countries with 1. So clearly, UK sees Ghana in a certain light, because when you look at the continent, the big size countries, obviously South Africa, Nigeria, maybe DRC, I'm not really sure. How is Ghana within that whole scheme of things? Because it's a relatively big country, but it's not one of the biggest.
Well, we have a really, really huge diaspora in the UK, and a vocal diaspora. There are many, many people that are hugely proud of their Ghanaian heritage, and I don't think that escapes the attention of people in power in the UK. We also are extremely close. Education standards in Ghana are extremely high, and that means that there are a number of things, be it shared research opportunities, shared courses that they have across the universities, and obviously then goods that are available. And the UK definitely sees Ghana as a key strategic partner. They've already sent the Foreign Secretary, the Africa Minister has come twice, including to the inauguration of the new president. The Deputy Prime Minister has come, and you have one trade envoy. So it's very, very clear that Ghana is a very, very key market for the UK, and we want to see more trade between our countries. Ghana has huge potential in a number of different areas that are going to help us both. And both countries say at the moment that they are focused on growth. So we want to see that growth.
The big question among the Ghanaian business elite, and I was happy to be at the National Economic Dialogue, is a question of transformation. And a lot of people believe that just exporting raw materials to UK or wherever is not going to work. So we need value-added products. You mentioned textiles, but basically, if Ghana does not add value to its exports, we can't earn enough to transform the country. I'm not sure if it's that easy a market for Ghanaians, the UK I mean, because even though you may have a tariff-free sort of agreement, there's a lot of technical standards that a country that's now industrializing will struggle to meet. And then there are also other competing places. So for things like fruits and things, South America is a very convenient place. So if it's bananas or wherever. So yes, we have companies in Ghana like Blue Skies who export directly to the UK, but they're facing stiff competition from either Kenya or from the Caribbean. So what can you do from our side as well? Because I know you're working, of course, from the side that you represent, but your name is Bribero Adi. So you should be, what's your advice on how we can benefit more from the agreement?
Well, the Department for Trade actually has resources available for assisting people who want to make sure that they are passing these standards, and there are various discussions that are happening about other things they can do. And I would obviously like to see Ghana invest in individuals that are able to literally sit there and help Ghanaian companies meet these standards to make the process swift. And you make a good point about South America. Ghana is half the distance away.
Yep.
I mean, I keep saying to people, this coming Sunday, I'm going to get on the late flight into Heathrow Airport. I'm going to try and sleep on the plane. I'm going to land, I think about 5 a.m. Go home, put my bags down, take a shower, and go straight into Parliament. And if I can make a journey that quickly, why can't avocados and mangoes do that same journey and end up on the shelves in British supermarkets the next day?
This is the City Business Edition. We're talking to British Member of Parliament Bell Ribeiro Addy, who's also the UK trade envoy to Ghana, just exploring discussions around trade, of course, her mission here, some of our shared history, a few things to raise when we come back. But let me just try and go through this junction, since you now mentioned one of the big issues in Ghana is capital. So that there's a way in which if British money comes in, it helps. I don't name specific companies, but I do know that there are some businesses here that export to the UK, but some of the original investment were from both the British side and the Ghana side. Because I think for a country like Ghana, capital is a big question, because it's difficult to attract cheap money from anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know what your thoughts are around the question of finance. Indeed, this week the World Bank did a program. 40% of businesses said access to finance was still their biggest issue. Right. So 76% of them have to use internal funds to expand. Only 14% go to banks, because the banking system here is not that deep. All right. Is financial and capital investing in Ghana part of your remit? What are your thoughts around how to attract the right kind of money for Ghanaian businesses so they can expand and also do better?
Well, I think it's very important to acknowledge those issues, and I think it's something that people right across this continent face in terms of raising capital. I think it's potentially, and this is my personal opinion, a bit of a hangover from colonial times that people in the global south overall, or countries in the global south, do not have the same access to capital that other countries do, and that's something that I hope to see resolved over time. But in the meantime, I really do think it's about realizing each country's potential. It's not wrong to say that the African continent is the richest continent on the planet. It simply is, in terms of what it has under the ground and above the ground. And actually, as we're moving forward into a time where people in the West are aging and populations are decreasing, and we're seeing Africa about to have the most young people on its continent in the world. So there's also human capital, not just your average type of trade. I think it's really, really important to acknowledge that. And yes, getting capital in, that type of investment helps. But I think when you're faced with a problem, I always see that there's a third way. What does Ghana already have?
All right.
And what can it do with what it already has?
There's a lot of goodwill, lots of potential, but of course it has to sort out some macro issues. I think we need to take a short breather. When we come back, we'll try and look at one or two potential areas or sectors of promise that the two countries can work on. And I'll come back to the cultural issues as well, because there's a lot of British-based Ghanaian visits into Ghana. And this is the Heritage Month, so I'm very sure there would be some promising low-hanging fruits there. I'm speaking to the British Member of Parliament and UK Trade Envoy to Ghana, Bell Ribeiro Addy, and she's here on many missions. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
I'm gonna get me some love, somebody. My girl, sweet girl, my girl. I can see all your joy. I can see the world for you and the world for me. Some love, somebody.
Welcome back. This is still the City Business Edition, and this morning I'm speaking to Bell Ribeiro Addy, who's the UK Trade Envoy to Ghana, and she's been pretty busy. I understand you met the Finance Minister.
Yes, I did, and the Foreign Minister,
okay,
and the Diaspora Minister, and the Trade Minister.
Wow.
There are a few others. My mind is going
It's
blank.
been a
But
busy week.
we've had a very, very busy week.
I see. So did you promise any more money from, the government is in the middle of an IMF program, and we can use as much money as we can get.
These were that is not something that is within my gift. I am a trade envoy, and I'm actually here just making courtesy calls, so that the next time I come for my official visits in May, I can begin the real work. But generally, I'm making courtesy calls and actually finding out what the issues are. I think it's really important to listen to people in a place that they're comfortable, asking people to come over to the UK for them to tell you what the issues are. But here I'm hearing, I'm listening, and then I will go back home and I will deliberate with colleagues in terms of what I think should happen next and what we could be focusing on.
What I'm not able to figure out is where is Britain? And let me explain the question, because I think a few years ago you were, of course, parts of Europe had a different treatment. You're out of Europe now after Brexit. Now there's Trump, and we don't know what's happening to NATO. And then, of course, as we speak, the British are on the same side as Europe discussing Ukraine kind of thing. And then there's a Commonwealth, which we don't know what it really does these days. So how does Britain see itself? Are you or you're in a searching mode to discover where exactly you are? I'm talking about alliances now and talking about identity.
And I think things have changed hugely over the past few years. Obviously, Brexit was a momentous time for our country, and I don't personally mean that in a good way. I voted against Brexit. I wish we had not left the European Union, but we have left the European Union. And while it's important that we remain having close ties, the prospect of us moving back in at the moment is not necessarily one that is a reality. So we have to look for other opportunities, and I don't see a better set of opportunities than with our Commonwealth. And where the Commonwealth may have been ignored as a collective before, I think it really has to be focused on. There are so many opportunities within our Commonwealth, our shared history, our shared language, and actually a number of the institutions that already exist because of the Commonwealth. We need to utilise those, and I think those will definitely be massive for the UK moving forward in terms of trade. And obviously it's very, very difficult. Today we've heard announced that Trump is going to put a 25% tariff on any cars that aren't coming from the US, that are coming from outside the US, and obviously that's going to be a big issue for us in the UK, because we do export a lot in terms of cars. So that is a concern. So we do need to look for opportunities elsewhere, and we have this ready-made group. It already exists at the Commonwealth, and I think we need to look to it more. And I think if you think about where most of the trade envoys are placed, you will see that they are Commonwealth countries.
Now that you mentioned Trump, are you of the school of thought that we can all win? Because it seems to me that the US administration, obviously, there has to be winners and losers. So on the question of trade, is it possible for all of us to get a good deal? Because the so-called free trade has benefited some more than others, and a lot of us in these parts of the world feel we don't really benefit in a long term, in terms of in a more substantial way than we should. So what are your thoughts? What are your administration's thoughts on free trade and what it can do?
Well, I can tell you what my thoughts are. I do genuinely believe there are circumstances in which everybody can win, but we have, as human beings, been conditioned to believe that in order for us to be winning, someone has to be losing, and that is not the mindset of equality and shared humanity that we should be moving forward with. We can all win. There is enough in this world for everybody, but we have, from the way in which we've structured our societies, really moved forward in this way that in order for you to be doing well, somebody else has to be doing worse, and that is not right. And I hope that in time, as we look towards a world that's more humane, if you want to call it that focuses more on those principles, that things change.
I get that. So you've said a lot about shared history and all those nice things, but some also say that we need a level playing field, Belle. And because of the ugly history of slave trade, people feel like we need a reset, and that reset must start with an acknowledgement of not just the human but also the economic disadvantage that it presented to not just Ghana, lots of African countries. So there's the need for a more substantive conversation, whether it's on reparations or even some sort of Marshallian plan, because you've really taken the best of people's human resource. They've worked on your plantations, and you have become a superpower because of that. Right? Kwesi Kwarteng has written a lot about that in his book. So my question to you, this is both personal and official, is don't you think we need to benefit directly from Britain as a starting point in terms of some reparation payment, so that this shared history thing becomes more meaningful to some of us?
Well, I agree with you fully on the reset, and actually my government agrees that we do need a reset. We need a reset with many of the countries like Ghana in the global south, especially those that we have decided to have trade envoys for, moving forward as strategic partners, not in the way in which we were formerly, where one was higher than the other. We want a relationship that's more based on equality. And, you know, our Minister for Africa has been talking a lot about this and moving forward. However, it is not my government's position for reparations. They make clear that they do not agree that reparations should be paid. And that is their current position.
But you do know that makes your work tougher.
I personally, on the other hand, do believe that we should have reparations. I actually also chair the all-party parliamentary group on African reparations, and I believe that we need to start with an apology, start with the acknowledgement, as you said. But I also believe that one of the issues that's stopping us from looking at reparations in the way we should is people just think about the money. It cannot be just about the money. If you were to give any country that we're saying should be paid reparations a whole chunk of money, I tell you that money would not make the difference, because, as we talked about earlier, there are so many inequalities that exist from, you know, differences even in the UN, people being allowed to sit on the Security Council, the type of capital and financial you know, products that you have access to, all of these different things that are unequal. So until you fix all of those things, money wouldn't necessarily make a difference. We need to look at repair. The holistic meaning of reparations is to repair the imbalance. You start with repairing the inequality, making sure we are more equal, making sure the history is taught so we actually know what happened. There are a lot of mistruths.
Return stolen artifacts.
I very much agree with that. And actually, you don't even, and this is another argument having in terms of returning things. People think that if you're going to return things, then all of the museums are going to be emptied. But that's not true. The Horniman Museum in the UK went to the Nigerians and agreed to return items, and they returned ownership, and the Nigerians were so, you know, pleased at this respectful behaviour that they actually told them to keep some of them.
Yeah, actually the Asante managed to get some things back, although it was sort of announced like it was a loan.
No, it's still a loan. The British, the V&A Museum still own those items. They are on loan to the Asantehene. Does that not blow your mind?
We're not going to bring it back. I mean, I can tell you for free. I mean, I don't think there'll be a protest.
I couldn't possibly comment, but at the moment, but I can say that I don't think it's right. And I think, do you know, if ownership was returned, then potentially you could have a situation where the Asantehene might give it back to the V&A for an exhibition every now and again.
Then he can make some proper money on it.
When we want to see the Mona Lisa from the Louvre, there's an agreement made. Obviously, it's still owned by the Louvre, but we have some sort of agreement. That should be the same with African artifacts. And absolutely, one of the things that we're calling on at the moment is for them to stop the sale and display of human remains. I think we are long past the time where remains of people should be on, especially some of our ancient monarchs should just be on display. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's respectful.
You're probably one of the most culturally accurate trade envoys I've met. So let's end on two notes. Every March, we here at Citi, and obviously many other stations, declare the month Heritage Month because our Independence Month falls here. I'm going to make you pitch two things to you. We do the Heritage Caravan, which is a 7-day drive through 14 regions. It's grueling, but it's fun. You are Gans don't travel that much.
See, and you know what, I can't say anything because it's true. I've been to Kumasi twice though, and I've been to Cape Coast a few times. But I would love to see more of Ghana. So hopefully next year I can go on this drive.
That's if you're not Prime Minister.
I can't think of anybody who would want that job.
Never say never. I mean, look, I think British policy is very tumultuous. Anything is possible. Anyway, let me not even tempt you. The second one is the Back to Your Village Food Festival. It's happening in Accra, your place of birth, and it's 2 days. And I think one of the things that we talk about is food. Food is very powerful because if you want to create a market, you sort of influence people's tastes, right? So it's not just the fun of eating, it's also the economics of adding value to what you produce and creating demand for it, the whole chocolate conversation. So I'd like to see you at the Back to Your Village Food Festival. It's on Saturday and Sunday. And by the way, what's your favorite Ghanaian meal?
Oh, well, actually, you said my place of birth, Accra, but my place of birth is actually Brixton.
Is it? Of
Brixton,
course.
South London. However,
your parents are from Accra.
My parents are from Accra, but my love of fufu came from Brixton. And fufu came from Brixton.
Okay.
I love red. I remember at university, I used to get in trouble all the time because I would set the fire alarm off frying plantain. And
oh gosh,
I also very much I love Nkatia Wunu.
Nkatia, no, I mean
and rice balls.
You're on point. We've created all of that tomorrow actually and Sunday, so it's be nice to see.
Oh, and green shito.
Oh, the green one.
The green one is a must.
Yeah.
As soon as it hits airspace,
oh my God,
it changes. I've tried to recreate it, but it doesn't taste quite like it does in Accra. But whenever I come here, I eat far too much. You can't eat as much.
Maybe a Ghanaian business listening should think of how to make the green shito maintain its chemical integrity across the air.
Oh, I would spend so much money on it.
That's actually a good market because there's a lot of Ghanaians who have to put food in their bags through Heathrow or wherever. If we could
they don't need to do that anymore. Remember, it's tariff free.
Yeah.
And also nobody wants to smell that at the airport anymore.
Yeah.
If you remember.
Yeah. So I think that's a good place to end. That there's a lot of opportunity, and if you can explore as Ghanaian businesses legitimate ways of adding value, the British market is still very big because I had a roommate from China who loved fried plantain. Yeah. So imagine if I had a good business flying it to China. Anyway, Belle, it's been awesome talking to you.
Thank you very much for having me.
I wish you well on both sides, both the British side and the Ghana side. We've been speaking to British Member of Parliament for Brixton and where? Brixton and
Clapham and Brixton.
Hill. Really deep South London. And she
no, not deep. It's not deep.
It's shallow.
Shallow, yeah.
Okay.
But it's perfect.
Okay. What's the lowest part of South London?
Oh, well, we're getting into Croydon.
Oh, okay.
And that doesn't really have a London postcode, but there are a lot of Ghanaians there, so we will.
Okay, cool. So thank you, Bells. We could talk all day, but thank you so much. We wish you well in your future endeavors, and when you start the real conversations in May, June, we hope you succeed. And that's all we have time for today's edition of the City Business Edition. We'll be with you next time. Bye-bye.
I get my new car. Please wait until I find my real size. I'm gonna get me some love so bad.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush the clean and bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent Cavity Protection.
For 10 times stronger.
This advert is FDA approved. Football's magic never fades, even from the couch. The sound of halftime banter replays at the touch of a button. Sharing with my chosen crew. Pure game magic. It's like I'm there, but with a better view from the comfort of my home. Priceless. From the March 3rd to April 30th, pay with your MasterCard, online or in-store, and stand a chance to win a unique priceless viewing experience of the UEFA Champions League final for you and your friends. MasterCard, proud supporter of Lost of Ant. T&C Supply.
Get ready as we take you back to your roots for an unforgettable experience and treat you to delectable, authentic Ghanaian cuisine from the Akan, the northern and southern villages at the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025. Let's also treat you to a collection of authentic Ghanaian music, traditional dances, some authentic Ghanaian games, and great networking. The date is the 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue is the forecourt of the AMA and the time is 10 a.m. right through till 6 p.m. each day. Come and enjoy some incredible performances that will transform you straight to the heart of our rich cultural heritage, from the Just Groove Band, Ejojinam Fafali Bobobo, Drumona, National Dance Ensemble, Kwampa, and the Adaha Dance Band. Be part of the celebration and let's go back to our roots and discover the flavors and rhythms that bind us all. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM social media handles for updates with the hashtag Back to Your Village. Entry is free. See you there. The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Gino, Goa Natural Cocoa Fruit Juice, Pan-African Savings and Loans, Jibu Water, Trinam Industrial Company, Contract Cleaners Association of Ghana, and OCM.
Did you know that worms take away nutrients from the food you eat? Just listen to them.
Brothers, yesterday the food nice, huh?
Oh yeah, the choba woman there, she did try wa.
Charlie, something come on. It be food.
It did taste like banana.
Make a taste some. Make me try a taste. Make a taste. Hey, something is doing me.
Something is doing me too.
Oh, it be Vermox.
Vermox banana flavored dewormer is available in both suspension and tablet and is suitable for children and adults. It's good for you, bad for worms. Not recommended for children under 2 years and pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
Ago.
Amen.
We are gathered here to discuss the funeral plans of Fifi. As we have always done, the children will take the caskets, siblings take the catering, while nieces and nephews will take the...
Wafa, may I please speak?
Go ahead, Aaron.
I signed Daddy up on a family care funeral trust prepaid plan. They will be providing us with everything we need, from caskets, hearse, canopies and decorations, among many others. Yes, they will provide food and drinks as well.
That's such a relief. Don't let you or your loved one's funeral become another emergency family meeting. Plan ahead. Call or WhatsApp us on 026-2626-181 or visit our website at familycaretrust.com. Family Care, today's wisdom, tomorrow's peace of mind. Underwritten by Metropolitan Life Insurance Ghana Limited. TNC Supply.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It's Friday morning. Welcome aboard to Kickoff on the Citi Breakfast Show with me, Edwin Kwakofi. Kickoff is powered by Shell. Shell Go Well, Zonda GH, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. Let's start from Parliament, where the MP for Nsawam Idwedri constituency, Frank Anodompre, has called for the allocation of a dedicated budget for the maintenance of sports facilities across Ghana. He made this appeal during his speech on the floor of Ghana's Parliament while addressing the proposed budget of 65 million Ghana cedis allocated to the Ministry of Sports and Recreation.
We have faced threats of tournaments being taken from this country. Because of, and the reasons can be traced to what my senior colleague alluded to. And the chairman...
I understand under Honorable Kofi Adams, no tournament will be taken away.
Well, Speaker, that is a hope. We can all hope. But I'm saying that there should be a line budget dedicated for the maintenance of these sports facilities. Speaker, we've invested so much into these infrastructures. And it cannot be the case that we leave it as it is until we have a tournament coming before we go in there. Yes, we commend the minister. He intervened on time and ensured that these interventions were executed. But Speaker, it has to be traditionally done. And it's something we must do to make sure that the national assets don't run down.
That was the MP for Nsawam Idwedri, Frank Anodompre. Staying in Parliament, and the MP for Bimbilla, Dominic Nituo, has also called for more support for the sports minister, given the impact of the Black Stars in the lives of Ghanaians.
Mr. Speaker, most of the young people, they are all into sports. The schools, the young people, it makes people happy. When you are sad and you go and the sports and the Black Stars win or somebody wins, you are happy and you are jumping up and down. You forget momentarily all your problems. And it's like drinking. You take some small alcohol and then it makes you look happy. But when they win, You're happy. Everybody is happy. Everybody jubilates. So the sports minister should be supported.
Dominic Nituo is the MP for Bimbilla. Away from the Black Stars, the Ghana Football Association has officially announced a 9-day intensive training camp in Senegal for the Black Queens as part of their preparations for the 2025 Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco. The camp is scheduled to take place from the 1st to the 9th of April and will feature a series of friendly matches to sharpen the team's readiness for the intra-continental tournament. At this camp, the Black Queens are set to face Senegal's Teranga Lionesses in 2 international friendlies scheduled for the 5th and the 8th of April, with both games set to be held in Dakar. Let's head to the Under-20 African Cup of Nations, where the Confederation of African Football has officially awarded Egypt the hosting rights for this year's edition of the competition. This decision follows Cote d'Ivoire's unexpected withdrawal, paving way for Egypt, who had previously expressed their interest in hosting the tournament. The Under-20 AFCON is set to kick off on Sunday, the 27th of April, and will conclude with a final on the 18th of May. Let's head to England, where the Premier League has announced that it will have 2 transfer windows this summer to allow Manchester City and Chelsea to sign players before the Club World Cup. The window will open between Sunday the 1st of June and Tuesday the 10th of June, then close for 5 days before running again from Monday the 16th of June until Monday the 1st of September. This summer features the first expanded FIFA Club World Cup, which involves 32 teams and adopts the format of the regular World Cup of the past few years. Chelsea and Manchester City are the Premier League teams in the tournament, which takes place in the United States from Sunday the 15th of June. In Spain, Barcelona beats Osasuna in their rearranged La Liga fixture to move 3 points clear at the top of the table. The game was meant to be played on the 8th of March, but was called off 20 minutes before kickoff after the death of Barcelona's first team doctor, Carles Minaro Garcia. Robert Lewandowski, Ferran Torres and Dani Olmo were on target in a 3-0 win. Finally, in tennis, world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka has reached the Miami Open final with a comprehensive straight sets victory over Italy's Jasmine Paolini. The 26-year-old Belarusian is yet to drop a set at the tournament and was in fine form as she stormed to a 6-2, 6-2 win over Citi Paolini. And that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff is powered by Shell Go Well, Zonda GH and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avle continues.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number 1. Let's share go, we improve your life. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
It's not just a service station. It's a place you get more for every visit. It's not just a place to fill your tank. It's a place to fulfill your cravings. From chicken to chocolate, caramel or the tasty latte. It's not just a place to service your car. It's the perfect place to wash your ride. It's a place where convenience, love, friendship, joy, and laughter assemble. Because it all starts at Shell. Visit Shell today and enjoy a wide array of services and offers under one roof. It starts at Shell.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Football's magic never fades, even from the couch. The sound of halftime banter. Replays at the touch of a button. Sharing with my chosen crew. Pure game magic. It's like I'm there, but with a better view from the comfort of my home. Priceless. From the March 3rd to April 30th, pay with your MasterCard, online or in-store, and stand a chance to win a unique priceless viewing experience of the UEFA Champions League final for you and your friends. MasterCard, proud supporter of non-stop fans. T&Cs apply.
Ghana, our homeland, a land of beauty, culture, and pride. From breathtaking reserves to iconic landmarks, Ghana stands tall as the gateway of Africa. Now, imagine carrying a piece of Ghana with you. Introducing the GTB Ghana Month Collection, designed to let you wear the pride of our nation, the spirit of our people, and the soul of our heritage. Don't just wear African prints, wear a piece of Ghana. Available at all accredited GTP dealers nationwide, the GTP retail store in Usu, and online at shop.gtpfashion.com. Verify authenticity by matching the code on the edge of the fabric with the code on the label. Happy Independence Day from GTP. Life styled.
Gasaba, gasaba. Smoke from firewood and charcoal is harmful and as damaging to our lungs as cigarettes. It can cause heart diseases leading to stroke and may even affect our eyesight in the long run. Grandmothers, mothers, sisters, wives, men, caterers, and everyone still cooking with charcoal, let's switch to LPG gas. The National Petroleum Authority has introduced the cylinder recirculation model in collaboration with local partners to make gas more accessible in all local communities. Whether you own a cylinder or not, join our CRM initiative. Simply show up at any exchange point near you with a small down payment to receive a filled cylinder or swap your empty one. Regular safety checks will be in place. Say a bisa musemo or gas. Afe die gasaba. Switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a better and healthier life. This message is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy.
There's no price like the ShopRite price. That's why we are committed to bringing you lower prices on all the essentials you need. Like 85-gram Mrs. Bector's Creamcast Shortbread Biscuit for only 9 cedis, 49 pesos worth, and 500 ml Vena Still Water for just 1 cedi, 49 pesos worth. Never pay more than the ShopRite price. Prices valid until 6th April, only at ShopRite.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we sit to bank baby? No lie, only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Like that to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. The team office is chilling, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first. Woo!
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
But I've got justified.
Don't worry, baby. I'm not superstitious about you. I can't take no chance. Ooh, that you got me spinning, baby. Baby, I'm in a trance. 'Cause your love feels better than any love I know. With that thunder, lightning.
It's 7:59 and it's the 28th day of March. Happy to be the birthday of a number of people. It's the birthday of my son, Calbert Adum Mam of Bishop Bauer School. I wish him a blessed and happy birthday as he turns 15 today. I thank the Almighty for his life. This is coming in from your dad. And happy 82nd to ACP retired Alexander H. Ado, former Western Regional Police Commander, from Adobia, Eura, Ajua, Akos, Clara Rita, Nana Ado, and Kofi Ado. ACP retired Alexander Ado, 82 years old. Happy birthday of Dr. Carl Golightly.
It's Golightly.
Oh, Golightly. Okay. So the Golight as an adjective. Okay. Of UGMC.
It's a Ghana name actually. So.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Really? It sounds like Goliath.
Well, now you know it's not Goliath.
Oh, I thought maybe it's an adjective describing.
Dr. Carl Golightly of UGMC and Ajua Amache of Hope of Glory School at Mamprobi. May their heart desires be fulfilled. A lot more coming in. Happy birthday to Mama Rose of Mamfe from your daughters-in-law Odisha Amasewa Akoto, Janet Otutua Akoto, and your grandchildren. To Mama Rose of Mamfe, you're 90 years old. A glorious birthday to Mr. Michael Ewura, the Environmental Health Coordinator of Bunkatamanso Assembly. May this new year bring joy and fulfillment from Godsintingi of Ajem Kotoku to an amazing Queen, Millicent Duku Amoa, UK. May this additional year bring you endless laughter, favor, and good health from Abigail, Michael, Francis, and the children. And another one coming into Mr. Obed Entry, CEO of Obedema Construction, from your wife Pala and the guys. God bless you so much, Mr. Obed Entry of Obedema. Happy birthday to lawyer Joycelyn Ama of Gavel and Cross, also a fantastic singer. Enjoy your day.
Tomorrow is going to be the day that we're celebrating Ghanaian meals and cuisine, for that matter, and drinks and all of that. But let me use the opportunity to wish happy birthday in advance, because we'll not be here tomorrow, to Akosia Juma.
Oh, Juma.
Yeah.
I'm wearing what she produced, though.
Exactly.
Me too.
Oh, you too.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Me three.
she has to set up. This is Ghana in August.
Yes, sure. Very, very important.
This is Ghana.
Yeah. Fantastic young lady doing the very best for herself.
She can sew. So tomorrow is her birthday.
Tomorrow is her birthday. So Akosia.
Where did you discover her from?
Charlie, somewhere.
She stays at those kind of those corners, Charlie. No, but it's good. It's good, Charlie.
Yeah.
The design is world class.
Powerful.
Even though the ghetto is far.
Far, Charlie.
Take it like that. So Akosia of Juma, Juma spelled Jyumaah.
That's right, Juma.
So tomorrow is her birthday. So Akosia, happy birthday to you. You can do a birthday edition for us. We'll take it like that.
Yeah, that's just to celebrate.
On my birthday, I want to,
Yeah, so.
I want to bless the city people. So we'll take it like that, So many people I know born in this month of March. So happy birthday to you, Joycelyn. You can also release a single on your birthday, It's not bad at all.
Very, very important.
All right, your favorite Shell V Power is now available at all Shell V Power fuel stations. Visit your favorite station to experience unbeatable engine performance. Your engine deserves the best, and with Shell V-Power, you can maintain optimal performance with unbeatable protection against performance-robbing engine deposits. Say hello to unbeatable performance with Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
And then the people say they don't have the team.
They want you to give you V-Power.
No, the last time I went, they were talking something that the team there was some shortage in the system.
V-Power?
Yeah, Goyle too was saying something. I don't know whether that was last week. Was it last week or?
I think it's your area.
It's my area.
The Leshehu Don't Call Me campaign has come to you because you deserve financial peace. Life comes with financial challenges, but with Leshehu, you don't have to face them alone. From now till April 30, we've reduced our interest rates just for you. Whether it's education, rent, or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs. Simply WhatsApp or call Nana on 0270040799 or 0270040733. Let's make life easier together. Act now before the offer ends. Leshehu, let's improve life.
No secret that woman hears my loving cup, but she sees that I got enough. Just one touch from her, you got to know it feels.
And proper football is back. By that I mean non-international, so league football, FA Cup, and all the other things. So don't just watch, feel every moment of passion like a true football fan. From conducting every pass, analyzing every play, and celebrating every goal like it's your own. That's passion felt, lived, and shared. Now, when you pay with MasterCard from now till 30th April, you can win an all-expense-paid 3-day viewing experience of the UEFA Champions League final for you and your friends at the Aqua Safari Resort. For more information, go to priceless.com/UEFA Africa. Terms and conditions apply. This new year, let your journey be worry-free. Renew or buy a brand new motor insurance policy with Provident Insurance from January to March 2025 and enjoy exciting rewards including fuel coupons and exclusive souvenirs. If you need assistance, chat with Obaya, our friendly WhatsApp assistant, on 0242 426 She will sort you out anywhere, anytime, any day. And guess what? We have 15 branches nationwide. Was Provident Insurance the one that had the cat advert?
The cat. Provident, man, you are covered.
I think so.
It's a man, you are covered.
Yeah.
You know those times, when you are watching a tournament, Provident was one of the sponsors.
Yeah.
They usually during the halftime, they will show the Kalonte from the beauty line. And sometimes there were only like 3 adverts the whole tournament. So the Provident
was very prominent. The
Provident Kalonte would jump and then he would land on the
land comfortably.
Because there was some guy who fell. They did a different version where the guy fell.
Yeah, but no, there's also Glyco.
As he was falling, some cushion catching. That was Glyco.
Yeah.
But the Provident was Kalonte. Charlie, now they have Obaya and Charlie. We have advanced.
We have moved on.
Oh my God, Charlie. Now they have WhatsApp AI assistant who is chatting with you. Good morning, say, how can I help you? That's against the Alonte. No, Charlie, Ghana, come far. So now,
if you don't think that you need insurance, you just look at what happened that day. You know, insurance again came in there when the owners of the place said that, look, we'll use our insurance package to underwrite the cost. So it is very important.
Don't depend on a cat. Yes. You know, depend on Provident. With man, you are covered. So they laugh. Charlie, the GBC adversary was nyapa those days.
No, they were advanced in those days. They tried. Let's celebrate them.
So, but you know, the adverts, they say a cat is never afraid of heights.
No matter how many times you turn a cat and throw it from your,
you know,
it will land on
those
it.
ad agencies, you have to go and collect our money.
Oh, no. They were good for their time.
Provident insurance. So, and the building is an old story building. I don't think. Hey, Charlie.
Why are you
And they say that there was no choice. You have to watch the thing.
It was very, very important.
You have to watch you can't tune to it. You know, today you can tune to any station.
Yeah,
you have to watch the GBC with the Alon Taylor like that. Charlie.
Why the team paying you, pa?
Charlie,
we have advanced.
No, we have progress. I want to let me finish what I'm doing, then we can talk something.
While you're laughing, better let me just use the opportunity to smuggle in one, birthday. Yeah, so to Sunday will be the birthday of my in-law Dela Koba Abba, and the entire family is celebrating you for your contributions to everybody's well-being. You are a fantastic lady, and Maloe and Naira, myself, the kids, all of us, and your mother and your siblings are celebrating you for everything, including Richmond, what do you call it? Richard, your husband, and then also Polola.
Every time. Yeah. All right, now there's a couple more.
And there are some other messages here. This one is coming in from your kids, Lois, Joel, and Ivan, and they are celebrating Patricia. They say that Mr. Roland J. Adofo of Ministry of what do you call it? Food and Agriculture, Director of Crop Services. Today is your birthday, and they say we want to you to know that you mean a lot to us and the world for that matter. It's coming in from your wife Patricia and the kids Lois, Joel, and Ivan. This one says, my daughter turns 3 years today. She is Obapa Majwa Chenebua Kodia. May you see the glory of God all your life. It's coming in from your dad, your mother Letitia, and your big sister Obitrim. And Ohene Wa. This one says, good morning. Please, I would like to wish my adorable wife, Mrs. Janet Mali Tete, a glorious happy birthday in advance, which falls on Monday, the 31st day of March, 2025. Our children, Emmanuel, Ebenezer, Eunice, and I love you dearly, and we appreciate your efforts at ensuring the family is well catered for. May God bless you bountifully.
Finally, happy birthday to Dr. Mrs. Justina Ajua Onuma at CSI House Tepri. Sunday is your birthday. We wish you God's blessings. And I think it's from Reverend Edward Obo and Onuma, Head Pastor, Living Word Assemblies International Church. All right. I'm told the cat advert was actually for Great African Insurance.
I see. True.
And I'm also told that the building was in Adabraka. The story building.
Really?
We should
on the Zaglu House area.
Oh, you know that? Yeah, Zaglu House. And apparently, I think it was STB Makanda did it. Anyway, let's deal with Old Mutual and then let me play my music. Financial freedom, peace of mind, smooth retirement planning are all nice phrases at Old Mutual. They are not just phrases, they form the DNA of our well-being. So whether it's making sure your child's education is taken care of when you're no more, insuring lives or saving to start a business or preparation for retirement, Old Mutual is the insurance company that cares for what really matters to you. Join us by calling 0307 000 600 or visit oldmutual.com.gh for more information. Dear woman, Zenith Bank recognizes the hard work and balance you maintain at home, work, and your business. Let's lend you a helping hand. Well, Zenith Bank's Women's Desk offers tailored financial solutions for women. Easy access to personal loans, business loans, access to financial literacy programs, and more. Experience true support at Zenith Bank's Women's Desk, available at 37 business locations nationwide. Go to zenithbank.com.gh for more information. So, you know that this song, you know the first time I heard this song, my grandmother, Ellen Binde, there was a day this song was being played on air and she was singing it. And I said, now, mommy too, where did she hear this song from? And you know, she was born in 1915 and died in 2013ish.
Wow.
She died at 95 or
She
so.
lived fully.
Actually, yeah, much later. So I was no, she died I think 2000 and I'm not sure now, 2009. I'm not sure. Clement help me. But basically, that's the first time I heard the song. And I was enamored that she was singing it word for word. Well, because at that time, you know, they only sing hymns and things. I didn't know she could sing this song.
They were playing their own.
So it was later we were told that it's one of the, if you want to pick Wulomei's top 5, I'm sure if I push you, you will say it is one of the top 5. It's one of the top 5 because I think it was, I don't know, everybody could just relate with it.
Yeah.
People who lived in those days.
Yeah, I mean,
and apparently the voice behind it is the woman who will be laid to rest tomorrow. So, Na
Amanua
Dodu. Na Amanua Dodu. So her full name is Mary Na Amanua Dodu, who was a prominent, she was the lead vocalist.
Yeah, the lead vocalist
for the Wulomei group.
Yeah.
She died on the 16th of December 2024. Wakekeeping will be held today at her family house in Atukpai. Where is Atukpai?
In Accra.
Atukpai in Accra.
Yeah.
I think that's
you know, she was our special guest at the Accra Music Festival that we did at the AMA in 2020.
I remember.
Yes, she was our special guest. Now, Manua.
We celebrated her there.
Yeah.
She is the voice behind a lot of these beautiful songs. So I'm saying that if you pick, if you press somebody to pick the top 5 Wulomei songs, which has been done by other groups. So the thing about Wulomei is that they sort of were the lead group in that genre, but there are other groups like Jajeloy.
Well, they were all born out of
same
Wulomei.
group.
I mean, motivated by Wulomei. And most of them came from the Mamprobi area, incidentally.
Mamprobi, rather?
Yeah, most of them came from there. I mean, Nia still used to live in Mamprobi.
Okay.
And so a lot of them would emerge from that general area. Now Manua is being celebrated for various reasons.
When Nia Shite is the founder of the group.
The founder of Wulomei.
Which is, were they the first group in that genre?
No, they were the first group to popularize,
to become commercially successful.
Exactly. Okay. But you know, there were community groups, and most of the songs they even did were, some of them were original Ghana folklore music,
which were not composed by them.
Exactly.
They just popularized
and popularized some of them, and a lot of them they wrote. But you see, the Wulomei itself, the group, as formed by Nite Ashite, he used to be the percussionist for the Tempos band.
Oh,
you know,
Tempos is E.T. Mensah's Tempos
yes,
band.
so he had experience.
All right.
But he was also pushed into the scene by Sakakwe.
By what?
Sakakwe. Dr. Saka Akwe. Yes. You know, so they are all interrelated, but they also had the stage to themselves because they were Ghana and a lot of things were happening in Accra and indigenous Ghana music, dance music. Okay, so you have now Manua pop up on the scene from 1973, and this is Tukutu Achampon's time, and they had all the blessings from the head of state at the time.
So there was a deliberate national effort to push the genre beyond just the talent of the group.
Correct. So she was a main vocal person. She also wrote some of the songs. Some of the songs that you can hear her voice loudly is the one that is playing.
I want to play it again because as you were playing it, somebody sent me a photo of the current state of the Meridian Hotel. So apparently it was a hotel. Was it the biggest hotel in Ghana at the time?
No, it wasn't the biggest, but it was one of the most popular in Tema. Okay. And it served the seamen community
And they too like their music.
And it was a main place actually, because life in Tema Takrady, because of the
people are moving and
it was very, very active. So Meridian Hotel was a big place. Ambassador Hotel was a big place. Star Hotel was big. Continental Hotel, which now is called something, I forgot.
Yeah, Star Hotel. I forgot.
No, I mean Continental, which was Golden Tulip, which is now become. You know, so these were the main areas. You know, so they used to play in these places as well. Ambassador Hotel, Star Hotel, Meridian Hotel. And so they used Meridian Hotel as it was in their song.
So some of the names I mentioned, just wanted to give you some. So there's Ashite, right?
Nita Ashite.
And then there's Saka Akwe.
Saka Akwe is a big man who helped.
The lead vocalist was called Naa Manua.
Yeah.
Then the guitarist was called Nene Aqua, I am told, of the original Wulomei band. So some of those names, and you are right, they were located at the founder Nita Ashite's house at Mamprobi. And I am told that they did some great music. I'm going to give you one or two highlights of those songs as we proceed. But I wanted to ask
you know, the funniest part was, you know, they were so popular that they could sing Akan songs with Gan tonation. They have songs like Jansanum Nekru and Dacho.
It is sweet rock. And they sing down with the Gan Vivian Kai local version. They are not trying to be cheap people.
And then they sing Kafo di Moko Koda, Shikani Kugoda, Kafo, you know.
Was that a song they did or a song they
picked the slogan from an existing old Gan folklore.
But this Meridian song, is it their own song?
Their own song.
Meridian is their own song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cha Omanyaba, for instance, you know Cha Omanyaba is an
5.
existing Gan lingo.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No, the song they created, but the lines, of course.
What is the meaning of Cha?
I can say it in Cha Omanyaba. Omanye is it's like inviting the blessings to come upon us.
But why do they say it after they say something powerful?
Yeah, Cha Omanyaba.
Like it is to seal it with the blessings of God.
When we went to the Gamma Church Palace, after he finished the delivery,
Cha is like a clarion call on the ancestors to bring us good tidings. Cha Omanye is good tidings or blessings. Ablawo. Ablawo.
Yes,
but we've cut it short to be Abba. Omanye Ablawo. It should envelope us.
Okay. For that matter.
Yeah.
So I'm reading some interesting things here that the group was formed by Nite Ashite and one Ni Adu Ofolikwe, aka Big Boy.
Big Boy was part of it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into the politics of this thing. You know.
But this was definitely the early 70s, right?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Now Manua joined them in 73.
73.
Yes.
Now it did a lot for the Gan language too, because it popularized it. Now you're saying some of the songs were original folk songs that they took.
Yes, and expanded it. All right. And some, but you have Wala to Walasa. Yes. That's not Gan, you know.
That's just Ghanaian lingo.
Yes.
That's just Ghanaian. So if I'm going to press you to ask you to list your top 5, can you do that? To the top,
No, I mean,
for you. Definitely the one I just picked.
My best one is
you have it.
Kefiama Jamie, Sisa Hele, no Yake Sisa Momoake, Inke.
No, you are too deep. You know, your level on this
thing. Good for me.
No, I think you are the wrong person to do this thing. Because I am thinking of just the simple.
No, but listen first. You listen first.
This is too deep. This is too deep. right, so this, to be honest with you, this one is not one of my favorites, but I'm a contemporary guy. So you are roots. So you know what, if there's somebody's roots,
it's connected to something. It's definitely connected to something. Yeah.
So your own will be deeper than mine. Yeah. But so by the way, have you given a playlist to the people who come tomorrow? Because tomorrow I'm expecting to hear
tomorrow.
And tomorrow we are talking about Back to Your Village Food Festival.
Oh, yes, we are there. We are there.
But it's also a mini music jamboree.
Oh yeah, Dromona is representing.
Same group, same
genre of songs.
Okay.
And incidentally, they also are coming from the Mamprobi area.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
You know, Dromona is a gang group that is joining us tomorrow at the Back to Your Village.
Okay.
And they are an amazing group.
Okay.
You know, so they are going to do the repertoire of Na Manua. While the burial is taking place.
By the way, the burial is tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah.
So is it a state function?
Yes. Well, it's happening at the State House forecourt.
So my problem in Ghana is we only give state burial to politicians.
Which is
because if you read about the work of Wulomei, you know, they are talking about the way they popularized the Ghana language. Mala Mauyega. I will sing and speak Ghana Wulomei and the articulation of Ghana identity in a stylized form. So, like, basically, the work they've done has contributed to the Ghana state's
That's
growth.
correct.
And national,
you know. So I don't know why, unless the person was a president or MP, you know, because we cannot all be politicians. And the person was the leader of this group that took tours all over the world, though, and yet. Even if it wasn't that we even announced it here, a lot of people don't even know that she's being buried tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think it's fair to our history as Ghanaians. And I think we should learn to celebrate people in different spaces, apart from just the prominent. And I feel like it's the media's fault because we only give push to politicians.
Oh, we don't do that.
Not we.
Okay.
Generally, how many media houses have? Okay, wait. Which newspaper has written about? Okay, today. Now Manua is being buried.
I don't think.
You think that in another country there will be an editorial, obituary? Nothing.
It's the absence of knowledge in the space.
Yes.
That's one. Because we are attracted to rubbish things.
That's my point. And
rubbish
the media
things.
must be able to correct that.
The day I saw General Arnold Quenu being buried without a state burial.
Oh, Charlie.
That was when I gave up.
Oh, don't give up. Because some of us that will be here for a long time.
Quenu was buried like an ordinary soldier. Here in Ghana.
That would be very unacceptable.
It was in the church, right?
Well, Bema comes somewhere.
So they didn't do a state anything?
Well, I tried to find out whether it was a state burial, and the information I got was not a state burial.
But if it was a state burial, I would have known.
Yeah, when it is state in character, you see it. When you see it, you know it. And
So
if that is the case, that would be very unfortunate.
Because I need you to emphasize this because you see, history is not just what is written in a textbook. When you interviewed General Anyidoho and he explained the role they played in Rwanda, and he spoke about the army, it gave us some history around their work. You get it? And for me, that's when I started seeing Amakwenu from a different light, because we had heard of him. But again, if it's not official...
Bernard, Anyidoho's interview, I personally have had not less than 10 phone calls from institutions, research institutions, universities in the US, in the UK, in some Asian countries. Wanting, and the only thing I do is I give the number, his number to them. You know, it's not me.
The way he narrated that, that genocide and the intervention they did.
I'm telling you.
But my point is that we have to come to a place where we celebrate what is valuable to us.
Thank you.
And we, the media, must lead that charge, which is why we are pushing this information that tomorrow, Naa Manua is going to be buried. If they're going to ask you who is Naa Manua, then you can tell them, oh, you're married and Etema, that's the voice. Give me another song whilst we are at it, because it's not just talk. I need another song to fire whilst I'm moving.
Naa Manua's, the ones that Naa Manua, we have Akosia Sewa.
Oh, please, drop that. No, let's do Akosia first.
Yes.
Akosia Sewa, she did the song. Oh, I love that song, Charlie. That song. Akosia finished the guy, you. Oh.
Long.
Yeah,
Akoswa sewa, adiawa yemi wa mare wa kami. Akoswa sewa, adiawa yemi wa mare wa kami. Minyo bibia, nansu wasisa wunyama jam hako. Odo ye jampa, efise ukwa na mitumi ndakwa. Yewa dada unu nkona mi kan bibia. Mesi akote, ujamia jonti, menya jenti sewu. Eka mabo unsu, mini ni nyache wo. Sana yaziti, mini onyami shewu da. Sana yaziti, mini onyami shewu da.
It's in my top 5. You know, for me, this song, I love the way they maintain the Ga accent in singing the tune.
The voice was not polished in any way.
No. Charlie, Akoswa Sewa, so her voice is the one, the leading voice we hear.
Yes.
She's the leading voice. It's a distinct voice.
Oh yeah.
There's a lady now in the Dromona group who also has a very great voice.
Yeah, the lead singer. Yeah,
she does very well.
Yeah,
but this voice was very unique.
Yeah, but there's something about the voice. It's raw in its state. It's not like you know they have polished it. You know when you listen to
her voice actually would eventually define the Wulomei band.
Because this is very different.
So when she left Wulomei at the time she did, it was a bit difficult to replicate exactly what she did,
yes.
But she, when she left, she, later formed the Suku troupe. That's a band, and then she used to play with Charlotte Dada as well. And Charlotte Dada was, I mean, we still on record don't know the best whose voice surpasses that of Charlotte Dada in Ghana. She sang with the Uhuru's band. I don't know if you heard of Uhuru's band. So these were the greats in Ghanaian music from the 70s.
With her name Dodu, I'm suspecting she's from. Is it Gamashi or where she's from? You're not sure.
Dodu is Ghana, is a Krapim, is Achim,
By the way, the president is the chief mourner. When I looked at the obituary, His Excellency President John Mahama, President of Ghana, Honorable Abaji Fagomashi, Minister of Tourism, His Royal Majesty Ni Dodu Insaki, Paramount Chief of Otublohum. So I guess that's where she's from. His Royal Highness Na Densua, the 5th Paramount Queen Mother of Otublohum, Ni Kpakpo Oti, the 4th Adontahini of Otublohum. Clearly she's from Otublohum. And it's quite a...
Well, Dodu, yes, I can link it to Otublohum.
No, on the obituary, that's the main man there. The Otublohum.
Otublohum,
he's the main
who is my chief.
Where Otublohum is where?
Otublohum is Accra Central.
Okay.
When you are coming from, say, Kolegono, you pass the lighthouse. Maybe 100 meters from the lighthouse.
And not the church. This is the lighthouse proper.
The lighthouse proper. 100 meters from that side. You have Sempe, and then Otublohum is on your left, that general area inside.
And the way I know is usually guys with Equapim sounding names. Some of them are from Otublohum.
Oh, yeah.
So if you listen to some of the Ankara names,
they are from
Dodu names. They are usually Otublohum types. I know Kweku Dakwanga gave me this.
Yeah, that's correct.
So the accounts.
No, that's my sister Dakwan.
Fantastic. So you have those things. Now, my other favorite one is the Cha Omanya. But for me, I like it. You need to explain the song to me because for me, it's almost like he's talking to our ancestors. Why did you do this? What have you done?
It appealed to the higher consciousness.
It's a liberation song.
We are talking about it, but we are also experiencing it tomorrow at the food festival,
which is very important.
I hope you give me my playlist to them.
Oh, they will have it.
So this one, this is the song. Yes, this is the song. This is the song.
Problema
I don't know why I love this song so much. Even with my limited understanding, it's very powerful, you know. What is he saying?
Where the
aso means what?
Sana.
Sana, you have sold us.
And sana mu ona aso manko eyewono. Apparently we had been enslaved by another country.
And you didn't tell us.
And he didn't tell us, you know. So and then he mentions the names of the kings, you know.
Okay.
Who was the Jamestown Manche, you know. So they mention as in give them the accolades, and then the question where we find ourselves now. You know, they blow for me, when I meba hon wallo, you know.
So it's almost like a debt for the nation. What happened to us?
Yeah.
What happened to us? But they end it with Omanyaba.
Yes.
So they're also calling for blessings.
Blessings.
After
all these things, they say Tra Omanye Ablao.
No, it's a very powerful song. I mean, I when I hear the song, I'm like, Charlie, these guys are historically accurate.
If you listen to it deeply, you might even weep because they basically are dealing with lamenting the state of affairs, the problems we have, whether or not there was some agreement to subjugate us in a way, as to deprive of all the things that.
And I like the way they lift it together. I know some of the songs one person starts. This one they sing it together
in a choral manner. You know, but I think that what they did, what Wulomei did, was to, if you like, capture the being of the Ghana person at the time in music. Okay, so you listen to a typical Wulomei song. It tells you about if you like, all the attributes of the Ghana, what they go through on daily, the state of affairs. And it was actually representative of the nation in the 70s.
Okay.
That's why people latched onto it.
You're right, because 70s things were very tough.
You understand? So
this is the capital. People have come to take a lot of things away.
And there are people who couldn't hear a word in Ghana, but they enjoyed the Ghana music. You know, and no wonder these songs have been timeless. They still will kick people, bring them on their feet. Evergreen, as you say.
All right, more comments. Good morning. In Wulomei, don't forget the fat guy on the traditional drum. I don't have
That's the name you mentioned.
Big song.
The other guy.
Yeah, Big Boy.
Big Boy. And then my favorite Wulomei is Me Ye Jane. Is it correct? Me Ye Jane. Do you know that song?
What is it?
John says his favorite Wulomei song is Me Ye Jane. Maybe he's not giving the title well.
Yeah.
You are just bringing the line. Charlie, this one we have to give us the proper.
Why do they wear the Wulomei thing?
No, so what it is that it's to the Wulomo. It's actually in the order, the hierarchy of is the high priest of the Ga, the Wulomei, and the Wulomei
is the one who leads them.
Always, it's actually the high priest.
Okay.
You know, the original Ga thing, the chief is not
correct.
In the family line. The chief doesn't come. It's the Wulomei. That's why we have the 9 Wulomei. Now, the Wulomei is normally dressed in a particular way, in white, and purity. Sometimes yellow. I actually don't know when they put on the yellow, but white. So the group Wulomei decided to replicate, that symbolic dressing of white with the white, thing they put in the hand. So it was just a replication of the Wulomei, So that's why they all
and traditionally white. They forgo the footwear because priests traditionally don't wear.
So they were very accurate. I wanted you to give me your next one. So we've done Meridian, we've done your Caesar song, which make some people afraid. Do you know what Caesar is? Caesar, no, I want him to.
Caesar is like change something.
No, it's a ghost.
Oh, ghost.
Literally, Caesar is ghost, but the context is ancestor.
Correct. Correct. Okay. So it wasn't talking about ghost.
Caesar, and then that's the new person who is going to the other world. Take this message to those who are already there. The majority. That Charlie. Times are hard. Things is lean. It's kind of lean.
This side of town.
This side of town.
All right. Then, of course, we did the Akosia Sewa, which is a nice heartbreak.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it means the problem has been there for long. They pay Charlie, but still somebody.
But this one,
the
Takradi Nami Sweet You. There was a day I was doing a show and I actually called a former member of the group to explain how they came by the song because it mixes language. Was her voice in that song too?
Actually, yes. I can hear the voice. I don't know the
She did. It was. .44 City Breakfast Show. Now, what are we doing this weekend? Well, we're culminating the Heritage Month in a number of ways, still trying to situate the music in its right context. And it just happens that tomorrow there's the burial of Namanwa, the legendary voice that was the lead vocalist for the fantastic Wulomei, who serenaded us in the 70s. And there's almost been a Wulomei revival kind of thing in the past 10, 15 years, where every city event, if we don't have one of the three, we are not happy. Whether we are moving away on Heritage Caravan, we are doing the Accra Music Expo, or we are doing the Back to Your Village Food Festival. Even sometimes, this is Ghana, we bring Jaje Loy, we bring Dromona, one of the two. All because we believe that it's part of the story of the country.
Nice.
And I like the way they add the traditional instruments with the modern ones.
Yeah, it's a very sophisticated but very simple.
And then they also have the
arrangement.
Yeah, this one, the one you play in your hands. What's it called?
I know it's a hachi.
Yeah. So you see, and they actually documented the composition of their instruments.
Okay.
So they have the atentembeng, they have the gombe, they have the calabash percussion, they have the amplified guitar, you know, and then the other ones. But
these are not complex. What do you call it?
Yes.
So Winners use gombe in one of their songs. So Winners gombe. When you hear a song with Ga vibe, you know.
Hear the bass.
They have some boom boom.
They use all the limbs.
Yeah.
So you have the two hands.
So both. Yes.
You the guy that you're talking about, the big boy. He now founded the Bukom ensemble.
Okay.
Yeah. Bukom ensemble.
Okay. So they are still around.
Yeah, I think they're still there. I'm not so sure. Of course, Namanwa did Sukutru, but out of their influence would come groups like Jajeloy.
Of course.
The group that played Two Party Follow One Girl.
So that's Jajeloy song.
That's Jajeloy, yeah. And then you have Blema B.
No do this.
Yeah. Na do You have Ablade 2K, and then Ashidu Keteke.
Okay.
Yeah. So
they are various. So some of them, but the ones we know are mostly
Jajeloy and Wulomei.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
What's the meaning of Jajeloy?
Those who straighten the path.
By Jajeloy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We have some guy. When he goes to blunt that thing where he come home, then he will shout, "Hey Jaji!" Then he say, "Hey Jaji!" The guy walking will be straight to. He say, "Can you hear Jaji?" Charlie. Oh, those days,
No, they have some songs. My friend just that song. Bomwa de Satamonufun.
Hey, you might be the like.
Bomwa de Sa. Charlie, you follow for that.
Nipa Cobra.
Nipa Cobra. So the Nipa Cobra that flavor. I say somebody.
No. So, but Sky, you mentioned one before.
Paper.
Yeah, what song is that?
Paper. I don't know the word.
The paper pay song, no.
Charlie, if you don't know this one, we will come up for your salary.
But that song is is part of it, but that's not the title of the song.
No, it's just part of the what do you call it? The
paper.
Yes.
No, give me. But her voice is so distinct, you can tell from. Which one is this? In the meantime, I'm going to tell you about some of the food snacks that will also be available at the Back to Your Village.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. So
Aklowa, that's the title. That's the title. That's the title.
Look for the thing. Drop the Aklowa.
Thank you,
yes,
Robert.
Yes.
Aklowa, that's the title. You know Aklowa, right? Do you have it? And if you want this to be played live tomorrow, you see, we've talked about food a lot, but the thing about the festival is there's a whole music thing going on. So apart from Drummond, who else is going to be there? I'm told
I think Bobo is represented.
Oh, the Bobo,
Yes,
the Bobo group is there.
Yes. You mentioned another group.
Oh, Adaha Band.
Adaha Band.
Yes, you know Adaha Band.
I saw them on the
These
TV.
are the we did a program with them.
Yeah.
They normally dress in the colonial.
Panjaga police.
Yeah, that's right. Panjaga police dressing, and they are energetic. Jesus Christ. So they will do Sunday evening, 7 to 11 p.m.
Okay.
So,
but we have
who else is there? Kwampa is also there.
Kwampa is there.
So those guys have
they
done well.
compose on the spot, huh?
Oh yeah,
Kwampa has done.
They can look at you and
they almost every back to your village they are there.
Oh, they've been with us.
They lead Jama session. They do songs, and these are tech graduates, so mentored by Konimo.
Yeah.
So and now I go to places every day. They are there.
Asa actually went to Legon. He did his first degree in Legon, and then his masters, I think, in tech.
At tech. No, but they've come.
They do the palm wine music style of things.
They do everything.
They do, Charlie. Okay. They just wear, they wear collar.
Yeah.
They tie the thing around their neck, Charlie, and they just play for 2 hours, man. They're so good. They are so good, and I feel
beautiful.
So they'll be there as well. So is the music starting tomorrow or
Saturday, we have the jazz group. The guys who do the brass band.
Brass band guys.
They sing every song in the brass band. Oh,
so that's beautiful.
Saturday, and then we have Ejojinam Fafali Bobobo. Last year they turned the place upside down.
Andy.
No, they.
Yeli.
Abobodeji. The people turn, and then we climax it with Drummond.
You are threatening to convert a thing from food to musical.
No, it's a festival. It's a festival. So this is Jazz Groove, Ejojinam, Fafali, Bobobo, and then Drummond. That's Saturday.
And then Sunday.
Then Sunday we have the National Dance Ensemble.
Oh, they'll be there?
Oh, Chaka.
They will perform different
skits.
Everything,
Charlie.
Oh, that will be very good.
Do everything, and then followed by
they have these stories they tell with their performances, which are so funny. Kwampa will also be there on Sunday.
Kwampa will be there Sunday, and then it will be climaxed by Adaha Dance.
So this is the music starts around what time?
12.
12,
normally
okay.
12.
All to the evening.
Yeah.
So you can be eating and then also dancing.
Oh, no. People dance. It's a festival. It's a festival,
Festival.
Yeah.
Amazing. Would they do the cooking competition this year?
Yeah, they will.
Cooking competition. Gary's cooking competition. That's good. Lord have mercy. You can tell that she's the one leading this one.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing stuff. Which one is the Wala to Walansa?
Wala to Walansa is, you know, it was a thing under Kutua Champon, which to signify self-help.
You now you dig
one
the
cassette two, now
the
one
you
cassette.
It's like
and it was, you know, it was
very
very
manual
popular,
work, but you
Wala
now you
thing,
dig the thing, you now you collect it.
So I think this song was actually a 1975 song. Okay. You know,
in the heart of the Champon era.
Yes. So it became very popular with the whole Wala to Wala star spirit, where people were doing their own backyard gardens, all those things. So it came in handy around that time.
So that's I have a very troubling memory of it. I mean, because you know, back in secondary school, we used to have you know, Mr. Dubin as the assistant headmaster, and his favorite punishment was Wala to Wala, which meant that he would take you to the back of the school and order you to dig up a school. And when you finish digging it, he said you should put it
and say Wala to Wala. So it traumatized you.
No, this was a good one in the 70s.
Oh, I see.
Now, meanwhile, here's an announcement. A vendor at the back to your village food festival, Volta Bites, says, I want to inform your cherished customers and listeners.
No, this is a public service announcement.
That Joseph, into bracket, cat stew with Banku and Aklo with Banku will be available tomorrow at the event.
Thank you.
Volta Bites by Mr. Focus, Southern Village Food Vendor, Akbenami. End of announcement. All right, let's read a few of the comments.
You know, cat is my totem. Why are the people doing that?
Cat is my pet. Why are you eating it? Naturally, some people don't care, man. You know, what is one man's meat, another man's poison? One man's totem is another man's delicacy.
Stop that, you, Charlie. It's not good.
Once is your totem, you can't eat, but others can eat. So, Charlie, just, you know, fun as we eat it. All right, Sky, help me with some comments.
Brother, the hotel is called Meridian Hotel because that's where the Greenwich Meridian line or the equator of the globe map passes in China. Right. Now, the hotel actually sits on the Meridian line, but it's in a terrible shape now. I think they should sell it off to somebody to repair.
They didn't get a buyer when they were selling the hotels.
Then they should give it off.
Well, they didn't get a buyer. When they were selling the hotels, mama, in the 90s, they sold all Star Hotel. They sold all.
But Meridian didn't work.
Meridian, nobody bought it.
This was a blessed morning to Bernard and team. Charlie Samens get too much ideas when it comes to Ghanaian music. I think you need to create a special TV program where he will talk about these old Ghana music tunes.
I actually don't know much, please.
You know a little.
I can always have an experience, that's all, but I don't know.
I can always relate anytime he talks about these types of music because he has in-depth understanding of the genres. This is coming in from Airport in what do you call it? Jonas from Airport West, and this one from Asafwache Abolo inside Kun. So Charlie, you guys they lift my spirit this morning. Wow, Aloski, what's your mumu line?
Charlie, it's okay.
You know when you go to church and sometimes they play a song you like, you go and give the choir money. They announce they say play it again.
Thank you.
tomorrow you gotta buy me Friday yam.
This one says the Otublohuns are from Akwemu.
That's correct.
To be the eastern region.
That's Akwemu rather.
Originally Akwemu, yes, that's correct.
That's coming in from Kwame in Accra. And this one said, good morning, Bernard. If my memory serves me well, there was also a group known as No Kuku Band. It's coming in from
well, there were several, as I said, there were several of them in the communities. But the most popular ones are the ones that I have mentioned.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Later on, Faisal Helwani would start the Hejole Band.
Hejole?
You know, Hejole Band.
Are they still there?
Oh, not in
but they were also in this type of genre?
And more.
Okay.
And more. In fact, that's the band that Hugh Masekela did his recording with. Yes.
We have a Faisal. What I remember is Charlie, Charlie, we do something for Ghana.
Charlie, that is fine.
No, you can't only be here.
Yeah, of course.
This one says, "Hi, Citi. My favorite from Wulomei is King George."
Oh, King George.
King George, yes. So yes, the guy was supplying us with the name Aklowa.
We played Aklowa,
yes. This one says
it's very popular actually. Aklowa is very popular.
Very.
It's great. It's a great song. This one says, "Good morning, CBS crew. My favorite Wulomei song is Ebamli."
Ebamli. Two people are requesting it.
Okay. Bamley.
Yeah, it has come to pass. Yes.
Bamley. Oh, I see.
Unless I hear it, you know. A lot of
Yeah,
times
So the word
You have
is
to
Mili,
hear
not
it.
me.
No, it's Mli.
And the thing is that you may know the way the song sounds, but not know that that's the title. That's the other thing about this song.
Okay.
I'm in a train from Luton to St. Pancras.
The
The nostalgia is too much.
much.
Big Papa's history lesson is just the needed spice to complement the treat. Lonely traveler.
Luton to St. Pancras. What
So
are you
he's
going
coming
to do?
into London. From
Yeah,
Luton.
Luton. You know,
Luton is in the outskirts.
Yes, close
London.
to the Buckingham.
You get to say Pancras, Charlie. The poverty go hit you, go lost.
In the gap.
St. Pancras, it be one of the main stations. Right?
Oh yeah,
One
you
of the
St.
very
Pancras.
This one say, good morning, Mr. Bernard, Samens and Sky. Please, my favorite Wulomei song is
Oh, Keke.
I'm Ebo from Ebo Isaac, Azay, listening to you live at EV Oil Company
Do you know
Limited. Where is that?
Keke?
Not that. I'm not so sure if the title is Keke.
That's the problem. People like the part of the song that's the hook,
Yeah,
and they use it to make the song.
Keke.
Like Keke Mingbo, the title is Akuluwa, but they say I want Keke.
So is it Keke saying, he's telling Keke that Keke I'm
Keke
dying?
Mingbo.
Is that what it means? Keke I'm dying. She's
Yeah.
telling Keke that she's dying.
Yeah, but I won't go marry, but the place far.
But KK is typically shortened form of a lot of Ghana names.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, Kokoi. Most of the Kokois
KK,
have KK, you know. So it's like a pet name for, in some.
Keke Mingbo.
Oh baby, ko. Is it Tamale Bejeke?
It's too far. I don't know if you go. Lawyer, she pay paper.
No,
the lawyer she pay paper. No, he said lawyer she pay paper. Me, I be lawyer, but maybe I don't know book. I don't know what they talk.
Something
they talk something, but we know they catch.
Is she say
pay paper? I know they chop paper. No, lawyer paper pay something.
I don't know the lyrics.
I don't know. We have to conjugate it.
It's just like the ever say that don't all accuse Gaka Vuroga.
That's the whole point. Work day, but we don't get transport money to go, Charlie. So from Garlic take go the Akuse side. Where is Sanima Yeko? Is that we are playing?
Yeah.
Now, if you are tired of HR headaches, simplify your business with Hot Jobs Africa as your one-stop HR shop. We handle recruitment, labor outsourcing, expatriate management, consultancy services, and corporate training. We also offer staff busing and 100% staff support to boost productivity. Don't let your HR hustles hold you back. Contact Hot Jobs Africa today by calling 0303-980-362. That's 0303-980362. You can even WhatsApp us 0204-336-004. Or simply send an email to info@hotjobsafrica.org, or just go to our website, same address, hotjobsafrica.org. Think HR, think Hot Jobs Africa. This is certainly not Namanua's voice. This is a different voice.
I think it's different.
Her voice is so distinct that you can tell when she's the one singing. You know, it's funny how when I think of Wulomei, it's her voice I think about.
Oh yeah.
I've never even thought of the man who founded the group. I always think about the woman's voice. So it's very, very interesting that Wulomei was founded by
Nita Ashton.
Yes, but did he actually sing?
He was a percussionist.
Okay, so usually...
Yeah, as I said, from the Temples band.
So he'll be like the director and things.
The owner, everything, the leader. He had the network, you know, but and he had the name.
Yeah, but the singing will be obviously...
Yeah, but at the time, you see, your ability to even put the musicians together was great value. Yes. You know, because back in the day...
They were in high demand. Somebody will come and push them from
Yes, if you don't, you know.
Yeah. So was the government of the day supporting?
Oh yes, Kutu Achampong really pushed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So Kutu, he has this Kwame Nkrumah vibe, because I know Nkrumah was pushing E.T. Mensah and the Temple.
A lot of the national events you have Wulomei there,
which is great.
Achampong, he got plan power.
But it fits the purpose at the time.
Yeah, he wanted to rally the nation.
Yeah, it fit the purpose at the time.
I was marketing the name.
But was that the only group, or the other groups he was pushing?
I am sure that there were other groups. Well, I can only talk about Wulomei, you know.
That's what I want to remember.
Yeah.
There's this question here from Chris, who is the independent, the editor of the Independent newspaper. And says, is this true, Samens, that the Panlogo dance was banned and people were jailed for it because it was considered too sexual?
That's not true.
And breeding immorality.
No, it's not true.
It's not true.
It's not. You go and ban Panlogo. It's not true. It's never true that Panlogo was banned. No. Okay. I mean, occasionally you hear a rumor of even a song being banned, but to the extent that GBC was state-run and owned by government, occasionally, if the government wasn't happy with a particular song, all they needed to do was to call the head of GBC.
So it didn't even come on air.
And then they drop your song, you know. There was a particular song by, I don't know whether it was Senior Eddie Donko or Kofi Sami. Who said, I'll get the song. So Tobuasio Nefidi Rabeba Nyobebo Maya Usi Ubi into me. This was before Jerry.
Was it
Achampong's time? Oh, they buried the song quick.
Tobuasio na was
Efidi Rabeba.
Chale.
Nyobebo Maya Usi Ubi into me.
No, but this is what you call music or cultural activism.
Oh yeah.
Throw the things inside, Charlie. As they say, Kutiani Mnira. So as they sing the song, the government will start jittering.
But how did the revolution impact, you know, nightlife? Particularly with reference to Ghana.
So revolution, you mean the Rollins revolution?
Yes, the last revolution.
Because Kutu Achampong's revolution, the proper revolution was like 6 months. Then the Miliki start. The Miliki just continue.
You make the things sound like Achampong was some fun-loving guy.
Oh, he was. Yeah. I mean, he was in many ways. You know, he was very expressive, and but he got the work done. Only that the latter years, you know, the enjoyment.
You know, when I read Amabin's first book, he says one of his first jobs was that he was part of the security detail in Achampong's house. So for like a few months, they were guarding the man, and he said one day the man came home and he had dug a big trench in the man's house. They said because the way they needed to go undercover. The man didn't say anything. The man said, okay. So Amabi was guarding Achampong.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he said he was in his house. So they dug a hole and said they have to because he said the house was too open.
Okay.
In Berman camp.
Okay.
So he wasn't living in Flagstaff, he was living at Berman camp.
Arakan, yeah.
Arakan barracks.
Yeah.
Charlie, Berman camp, things have happened there.
That's why I've always said that we have free pass for local tourism when it has to do with this Burma
because there were things that happened there,
these are things that define our 70s and our 80s, and children of today cannot go and experience.
They don't even know what it
Just charge them 1 CD per and let them go and see.
No, you should start.
Honorable Jifa, you are a military woman in many ways.
Yes.
Please do this for us. Let's create tourism experiences out of all these historical events that happened and shaped us.
I want to drop another one. God, what do you have now? So it's 9:15. We're still on the City Breakfast Show, and we're basically bringing the Heritage Month to a resounding close this weekend. The petition for the thing to be extended to 3 days did not succeed, but at least we got 2.5 days. We have the Saturday from morning till evening, and then Sunday we're closing very, very late, around 10, with a special music bash. So all roads lead to the AMA forecourt on Saturday and Sunday as we bring you the Back to Your Village Food Festival. So this is the song that people mistakenly refer to as King George. And that's not the real title. Thank you, Ni Ade, for Charlie. People know things. So.
And there was an update on the Tamale thing.
Yeah, so my auntie is saying that it's actually Tamale Bejeke Nyama Yashiko Tiengpe paper.
Oh,
so I will still have something to it. It's not, you know, if they say unpe paper, it means you are chewing paper. So that's her angle.
I won't remain hungry.
I won't remain hungry. Tamale Bejeke Nyama Yashiko paper. So I'm sure there are over 50 songs, probably 100.
Yeah, they have
quite a lot of them. And you also said some of the traditional folk songs you knew, they took it to the next level.
Yeah.
So there are lots of songs that a typical Ghan can relate to. That is not their necessary invention or composition,
but mostly they expanded them
and they will add some encomiums.
Yes,
they will add some encomiums. All right.
Spices to it.
I'll take a short break. I think I've done my top 5. I don't know if there's anyone in yours I haven't done already.
No, I think you've done.
I've done mine.
That's my favorite is what you say you are in.
Yeah, that one is I've heard it before, but it's deep. it's too deep. The guy,
you know, it's a song that I, as a child, you know, when we go for homework, we all gather in the family house
to play it,
and then they play the music on Friday nights after they finish the AA, and then, you know, and then the elderly ones. People actually weep when they hear the song.
So it's nostalgia matter.
Yeah, I remember my aunties who used to weep to this song.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
What were they saying that was making them weep?
Oh, in Chesisai. So this is my paternal ancestors, my maternal ancestors. You know, you've been away for long, so please. Kefi Amajemi, that's Amajemi. Send me something, literally. Send me something. And then it says that Sisahele no Yane, the new ghost or ancestor who, you know, because it's a night of remembrance, okay? And that's why the Wulomei and the chiefs, they do they shrine the people, they go and when they are doing the quickly shaman, they mention the names of the ancestors. So it's like sending a message to the ancestors to Maje mean something, and that's the whole.
So maybe he's looking for good luck or something.
Good luck, and you know. So it's just what.
It is what it is.
Kept us together.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Time check is 18 minutes past 9. Take a short break. We'll be right back with more music and some great conversation. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
For free. Provident Insurance Bema Quentway on Dessa. If you January equals March 2025. What the insurance one some shop Provident Insurance and sa. Some will renew and now we are for free. Penya Chadia P. Emufua coupons and a Provident Souvenirs Papa B. And you will change it. One and WhatsApp assistant or buy and chat is here. 024-242-6396. Obeso to out over to me swag 15 branches. Yet to a particular and mobile. Over to me soon brokers and I agents in the mobile needs our swag. Janami and Sunny na Provident Insurance as some Ghana man some power Makonia Badi wa Wabambo Massa special for you for Kaisan Shaka
With Provident, man, you're covered.
Hey, dear Niham Sa. Stay soft concentrate fabric softener. I was such it move. Yes, send it this way. You it's now check. New it's now check. No, be a baby, someone some demoni in us say. Dear Niham say. Yes, Association Ontario uses Stay Soft and it's now check. Nani boss to tap from cry. A fabric softener. A year near says, choose to Stay Soft. No, who's so say no. FDIG a garden cratu yatu.
Dear home, no interest for 2 years. Are you ready to step into your dream home? With Lakeside Estate's exclusive offer, you can own your own home in just 2 years with no interest payment. This offers you affordable payments, flexible home purchase plan, quality homes, and lifestyle change. Choose from a variety of beautiful homes in any of Lakeside Hills clusters. Your future awaits you. Imagine living in a home you love with the freedom to invest in your dreams without the burden of interest. As your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year for the 4th time, we offer you hassle-free home acquisition. Call us today on 020-477-5043 or 020-477-5042. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call us now to learn more and schedule a tour for our available homes. T&C supplied. Make your dream a reality. Lakeside Estate. Quality homes for all.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
So it's 9:23. When you're buying cement, make sure you insist on the very best. Diamond Cement has done this for 25 years with their EPA-rated green cement brand, and they also have the 32.5-hour cement. That's a great deal for everybody's pocket. They have factories in Aflao, Takrady, and Buipe. Reach us on 0244313368. Diamond Cement / That's a diamond. All right, so let's just end by reiterating the details for tomorrow and Friday and Sunday. Just starts at 9 o'clock. Is it that time?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday 10. And then for tomorrow we have the brass band music by Just Groove, and then we have the Bobobo Ejojinam Fafali Bobobo group, and then we climax it with the Dromona Gan dance band group. So we will be reliving the whole life and times of Na Manua Nita Stay, and and then we've talked about most of the foods that we are going to deal with, but we left the grills. The grills.
Yes, you didn't mention those.
Yeah, grills. So we have Bob. So we have those who are doing the grills: Bob Vicky grills, all men grills, pork Adila, the pork man joint, Page Kebab, gourmet grills, hot key tasty and grills, the pork chef, and then we also have Mark Jason assorted foods, Chief Charles pork joint, pork track, Charlie. They are all coming. So you have fried yam and pork, and kebab, and all. Oh, Charlie, and then you have drinks. You have all these local drinks. Asana. What's the other one?
Zonkum.
Zonkum. Which one?
Vito.
Palm wine. As my friend said, Atajimrik. A guy went to Form 1. Form 1 is one of the good schools. He had come from some village place, Charlie, and people were talking about custard. Still, me man wake up, say, as for me, I like Atajimrik. Yeah, so this in addition to the foods that we've been talking about, your ampesi, abomua, preprensan, potompoto, fanti kenke, all the various forms of fanti kenke. We have anwamu, my favorite. They say we have in Chechrawa, we have a sichire dokno, or farm. Ofam is the same as abolongo. You people call it abolongo too.
Which one is abolongo?
Abolongo?
No, we can't call it like that.
Oh, abolongo. Abolongo, what's the English name for abolongo? People help me out.
We don't mind an English name. We like it like that.
Ofam and abolongo. The one they use ripe plantain, they pound it, and then they add pepper and those things, and they bake it.
They bake it. Oh, then that will be kaklo. So
no, kaklo is fried.
Yeah, so
but this one they bake it.
They bake it when they become most likely
abolongo. And when the thing fall your leg topper, unless you wear POP. And when you eat, if you eat 5 milligrams or 5 grams of that thing, the whole day you go drink water. So we have the solution to our hunger, but we have chosen the white man's pathway. That's why we are always hungry.
The dentist will prescribe that.
We have abolongo featuring. We have kokonte and granite soup, which is a main item. Kokonte and granite soup, or kokonte with peanut butter soup.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gakenke and aklo. Then we have gakenke and shitolo.
Shitolo, I love shitolo.
Gakenke and pokolo.
Pokolo.
Yeah.
I love shitolo. With the pepper though.
Yes. Then we have tatali and aboboy. We have some people are doing yam fufu, cocoa yam fufu, ekwegbe obla yo, ice kenke, Charlie, plenty. And then, yeah. And then we have the northern village, Chinkafa, Tuzafi, Kose Masa.
The whole.
The whole.
It's a
So Charlie, just make a date, bring the family, bring the children.
Somebody was asking whether I could bring kids. And I said, of course you can bring
yeah,
kids.
you can bring your Fagbai or Gudugba, whatever. You just bring the thing and come and collect it and take it home after eating your vegetable.
Please, Apioko has given me the English name for Abolongo. It's a spicy plantain cake. This is Apioko, please.
I see.
Spicy plantain cake or fam or abolongo.
Okay.
So if you haven't seen some before, you come there, you see abolongo. Yes.
Spicy plantain cake. Meanwhile, the Adisado Old Boys Association presents at Disco House is the launch of the Adisado Old Boys Association Secretariat and Clubhouse powered by Blackberry Lounge. It's tomorrow, 29th March, 10 a.m. sharp. Join us at the Disco House in East Legon for the opening, with a parade displayed by the Disco Cadet, melodious music by the Disco Band, and the alumni band Fall In. All Santa Clausians, ancient and modern, get ready for round 3 of the epic Santa tradition, the off-campus cement party. It's always a blast, nostalgic vibes, and nothing but pure excitement. The 2025 edition is even bigger and better at the Disco House, East Legon at 3 p.m. Just go on Google Maps and look for a Disco House. A big thank you to our host, the 2000-year group, for outstanding project success. Play up! Santa Clausians Fall In. This event is powered by Blackberry Lounge and supported by ameadebra.com and T-Flex Photography. Good morning, Sam. There's also a piti, which is a cousin of a bolongo but prepared differently. It's also very, very nice. Do you know a piti?
No, a piti.
A piti, A-P-I-T-S-I.
Yeah, I think it's couched from the Ewe word for Krachi Awiesu, a piti.
No, I thought a piti is fancy.
No, I'm saying I think that is
the name.
Yeah, because I don't know the fancy anything called apiti. But the apiti that we know is Krachi Awiesu.
Okay, this one I spelled it A-P-I-T-S-I. Not apiti, as in A-K-P-I-T-I. So this is apiti.
Okay, I don't know this one.
A bolongo. Thank you for taking us back to your childhood memories in the 70s. These are the only music you will hear in my house back then when my old boy was alive. As I type this message, I'm in tears. Now I can't find the LP since my mother's death 18 years ago. Keep doing the good work. 2 people are eating gakinke. How can you tell which one is the typical gan? I think some men can best answer. How will you know? I'm not sure. I think Ghana, we've all come to accept the kinky now, so it's like it's not even a Ghana matter anymore.
No, it's how you manage the kinky itself.
In terms
the
of
fingers that you use to apply.
If you tell me how you are, whether you are.
That's what he means.
So do the Ghans have a special way of eating the kinky?
Well, I am sure that if the person is eating the kinky and he's cultured in the gun system, I will know.
But he will manage it very effectively.
Effectively.
You mean his hand will not be soiled? He will.
No.
He will eat the kinky.
I'm seeing
very
people
clean.
eating kinky and the whole
palm. Yeah. No, but that's like kids. It's like when kids are starting to they are holding the kinky.
A gamma will slice. We use the fingers, especially the three
slice the kinky
to enter the thing.
So that's kinky eating etiquette.
Thank you. Enter and the kinky will be there. And it will be finishing small. You understand?
There's an etiquette for eating cake.
Oh yes.
We can tell if you are from 5, you are not eating it well. Oh Lord. Do you know I can take a pause somewhere in town just to listen to Wulomei's song being played to somewhere? My love for music won't allow me pass just like that. I'll rep tomorrow to learn some bobobo rhythms. Miss the bobobo drums though. Edmond Bema Hills. Good morning, Bernard and team. Fantastic, nostalgic discography so far. My favorite from Wulomei is Ke Onashika Be Okeyenye.
Oh, I love that song too. Ke Onashika Be Okeyenye.
When you get money, then you and women they chop. Mini, chaka. Charlie, where is that? Is that the
Wulomei?
Charlie, you want to I used to hate the KK mingle song when I was a child. The first 2 letters of my initials are KK, and people will use the song to tease me. That is one of my favorites, KK Manfe. Balogo wasn't banned, but the platoon dance was banned. Kwame in Accra. Good morning, Citi. Please let me use this morning to send this Ekutia song to my boy. Let me use this morning to send this Ekutia song to my boy Echo. Keona Shika. Thank you from Kobe Tesano.
Which one is the platoon? Is it the one that they dress like, with braces and so on?
I don't know which one is the platoon. But I mean platoon, street language ga means your backside.
So maybe. But this is a special request to from Kobe in Tesano to his boy Echo. Zeko Nashika. Okay, yeah. When you get money, then you the women they chop the money.
A pity. A pity.
Which is what?
It's EPITSI.
A different variant of the abolongo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a variant of abolongo.
Correct.
So yeah, a pity. But they cover it with leaves, plantain leaves. And then you see that normally they leave the top small, and the top is dry and bent small. So Uncle Edmilation, thank you for the addition.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The Accra Healing and Deliverance Crusade is here.
God takes his people and put them in charge.
Ministering Dr. Pastor Paul and Becky Eninche, all the way from Glory Dome in Abuja, Nigeria. The Dominion, date 10th and 11th of April 2025. Venue, LWAC Sports Stadium. Song ministration, Emoji, Ankalato, Kofi Boham, Prophet Okebe, Prosper Ochimana, and Minister Mark Frank. Also happening live is the Workforce and Ministers Conference, happening at the Accra International Conference Center at 9 a.m. on the 11th of April. Free shuttles to the venue will be available. For more information, call 0257 765 546. The Accra Healing and Deliverance Crusade. Be there.
Hi, Mom, it's me, Kwame.
Hey, Kwame. How are you?
Mom, I'm fine, oh.
Okay.
You know something?
No, tell me.
I'm looking for a complete furniture set for my new place.
Kwame, I've told you before, the only one place you should go, eh?
Yeah, Mom, but I need a mattress to fit my bed.
Ash foam.
I need a bed to fit my room.
Ash foam.
What about a sofa where go relax my body?
Ash foam.
Wardrobes to fit all my clothes?
Ash foam.
What about linens and pillows for sweet dreams?
Kwame. Ash foam.
Mommy, that I feel you. Ash foam all the way.
For mattresses to beds, sofas, wardrobes, linens, pillows, and more. Don't waste time and visit any Ash foam showroom across the country or call our hotline at 0243 200 729. Ash foam. Feel it, know it.
Charlie, where are you?
Bossman, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Wulomei.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
So it's 20 minutes to 10, still on the City Breakfast Show, and I have two fantastic people in the studio. First, I have Maxwell Ameldi, who's a livelihood and economic development technical program manager for World Vision. And I have a real superstar in the studio. She's a Canadian model, media personality, businesswoman, goodwill ambassador for the UN's IFAD, and of course, she is also the spouse of Idris Elba. She's in the person of Sabrina Dore Elba. Welcome, Sabrina.
Thank you for having us.
You can see you've lifted the mood in the studio already.
I hope so.
Oh my God, it's good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Really excited to be in Ghana.
Great to have you, and of course, Maxwell, welcome as well.
Yeah, thank you, Bernard. It's a pleasure to be on show.
Amazing. So together, they've helped launch, I'm talking Sabrina and her husband, a $40 million fund to support farmers and food producers impacted by COVID. They're working on various projects across Africa. We're talking Kenya, Zambia, Egypt. Now, Sabrina is also an advocate for environmental and rural empowerment because she's a co-chair of the Global Citizens European Board and speaking at COP27. And of course, she does lots of things. Now, in Ghana, Sabrina is working with World Vision International, visiting women's share groups in northern Ghana to learn more about their practices and amplify messages surrounding ethical sourcing.
That's right.
And sustainable practices. So we'll talk about the partnership, but I need to first find out from Sabrina. How are you? Welcome to Ghana. What's up?
I'm good, thank you. You know I love Ghana.
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm married a half Ghanaian. That's how much I love it.
I know.
It's a beautiful country and the people are beautiful. And up north, we've just had the most amazing couple of days. So I have to also thank World Visions for the opportunity and partnering with us to bring people out here to Ghana and educate more people on some of the commodities that Ghana has to offer.
You come here a few times, but this particular visit, what is it about?
So we are actually here in partnership with World Vision because we are really passionate and our brands align on sharing stories behind rural farmers and smallholder farmers when it comes to ingredients in the supply chain. A lot of the raw materials we consume, particularly people in the global north, they have no idea that these ingredients have stories, faces, history, ancestral traditions behind them, and a lot of intensive manual labor. So one of the things that we set out to do was to not only educate people on the stories behind the ingredients, but to also show what work needs to be done to make these supply chains stronger and to protect the rural people involved.
And in the supply chain, we're talking shea.
Yes, so shea is a great one to look at. It's an ingredient that has such a rich history in Ghana, but it requires lots and lots of labor. So the women who are farming shea, this has been passed down. They're joining co-ops, and some of them are still doing it the manual way, where they're doing every step in the process of making shea. I cannot tell you how long this takes. We tried to do it the other day. We were in northern Ghana, we were in Tamale with these women, and I could not believe in the heat, how hard they were working. But that's one of the things we want people to know, not only how hard hard they work, but that their products that they're producing are very valuable. Like the capital that they have is a commodity worldwide. Shea is one of the ingredients that you can find in almost everything.
Yeah.
I was saying a joke earlier on TV today. In America, it's in toilet paper.
Are you kidding me?
That's how much they love shea.
Wow.
So this is like a gold, like you say, for Ghana, right? But it needs to be protected in its supply chain. A lot of the times when brands source from these communities, they don't know, because there's so many middlemen in between, where it's coming from particularly and how the people are being treated. And that's some of the things that World Vision can speak to really well.
So who found who? Let me come to you. Was it
Wow.
Sable Labs that found World Vision, or World Vision found Sable?
Yes, I came across the Beauty Report, which is a report that Kate Shaw at World Vision International put out not so long ago, looking at some of the impacts of the supply chain in the beauty industry on the rural communities. As soon as I saw the report, because there aren't many NGOs focusing on how it directly affects the beauty industry, I was like, I must speak to them. So, you know, I reached out to Jamie Kemp, who's also at World Vision International, who's the manager of influencer and celebrity. And we had a great conversation about maybe doing a trip to educate people on that report. World Vision has been an amazing partner. We've been able to come with content creators to show them the work, to let them meet the people eye to eye as business people, and get to share some of their stories. So it's been really nice partnering.
Let me come to Maxwell. So what's your version of the partnership? Usually when you meet a couple, you ask them, how did you all meet?
Sure, yeah, very critical. You know, as an organization, one of our core values is that we are partners, which means that the work we do, we don't do it alone.
All right.
And so to scale up our economic development agenda, we need to look for like-minded organizations that we are able to work with to be able to achieve a common goal. And I think we have a lot of things in common. It has to do with this protecting the biodiversity, issues around climate change, issues around livelihood opportunities for women, and so passionate about women. And, you know, the work that we do as an organization, we're supporting women to bring life in all its fullness, you know, that holistic transformation. And so we see ourselves having a lot of things in common, and so we need to journey together to see how best we work together to be able to support the households and the people that we work with.
She mentioned sustainable sourcing. How crucial is that for local economies?
Very critical, very important, because that is the critical challenge that we are facing as a country now. Share has a lot of opportunities, has a lot of prospects, but the question is, how are we sustainably how are we ensuring that we are able to serve the present generation and the future generation? Bernard, it will surprise you that this valuable gold that we are talking about, people are cutting it and using it for charcoal.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, they are using it for charcoal.
Share trees
for charcoal. Which is a critical issue, and we are talking about unemployment. We are talking about job opportunities for women and all these key stakeholders. And so, if we are not able to protect these trees, we are not able to be efficient in terms of how we process this butter, and also ensure that we're causing less distraction to the environment. Trust me, what is going to happen is that currently we are not even able to meet demands.
All right.
Let alone waiting for even the future to be able to meet the next generation.
Before I come back to Sabrina, I just want to ask you, share grows in the wild, right? How critical is it as a livelihood for women? Is it, I'm told within the Sahel area, share is very, very important. Give me a sense of the importance of the plant and what it can be used for. Then we'll come back to issues around the circular economy and what this intervention is about.
So share is a natural trade that grows in the Sahel, like you said. It has a lot of economic benefits. It has cultural benefits, and so it's mostly used in the cosmetic industries and the food industry. It contains high levels of vitamins, fatty acids, and also used, you know, in our basic life. And people are using it to do all kind of things, even in the cosmetic industry. And so this tree grows naturally, you know, previously in the wild. And women go around and pick these fruits and then use it to process the butter and the oil and the other related products. But currently, looking at even the demands now, scientists have helped us to come up with shorter gestation periods, you know, for these shares which they are planting to be able to address sustainability issues, because the demand is so great now. And so that provides a lot of opportunity for these women in terms of engaging them, you know, in their economic activities, because, you know, in northern Ghana, they only have one rainfall season. And so this rainfall season is even less than 8 months. And so throughout the 12 months, what it means is that if the rain is not coming, they are not engaged in any economic activity. And so the question is, what do they use their time for? And so if you are able to have additional source of income that provides them, source of livelihood, then it means that they are better off to be able to take care of their families and all that.
We're talking to Sabrina Dore Elba, who's a Canadian, everything, model, media personality, businesswoman. She's in Ghana, importantly, partnering with World Vision, working with women's groups in the share ecosystem. I wanted you to talk a bit about the circular economy approach you're using and what it means and how you're applying that in the share butter value chain.
One of the things people don't realize about shea particularly is it's an amazing ingredient. I was hearing about some of the origins as I was on this trip, but it's been an ingredient that's been passed down through generations because of its effectiveness. And as a brand, we are really passionate about making sure that people understand that African botanicals are efficacious, because I think there has been in recent years a little bit of a deterrent towards natural ingredients. Pharmaceutical is better, but what they call proprietary ingredients, we call plants. Correct. We know the power of these trees and we know the power of this commodity. Shea has been used to heal burns and everything. You can also use every single part of the nut, right? So you can use the shell, you can use the butter, like you said, you can use the oil in cooking. So it is a circular ingredient in of itself. I think where the problems come is when people don't realize, the value chain in these women, and when people behind the ingredients become part of, they're wholly ignored almost, then we start to lose some of the value there. For the women that we met, shea's their capital.
Yeah.
Shea is their business, they're making money. You're talking about it as a side hobby. For some women, it was fully their hobby. It just depends on how much they can yield. I was really inspired by the program that we visited the other day where the co-op, was able to buy a machine to increase their yield. And they were like, we're just waiting for customers. Bring us customers. We've got everything else we need. And I was really excited about that. I was like, okay, you got it. We're coming. But private sector need to know where they're sourcing these ingredients. They need to understand the people and the communities and meet them at an equal level and do partnerships and deals at their, at their home countries.
The other question will be, how do you ensure that this is sustained after the intervention? Because all interventions are time bound, right? And a lot of people are wondering, so this is a great intervention. What happens when the intervention is over?
That's one of the things I love about agriculture. If you give someone a fishing rod rather than a fish, they know, they have the education to be able to take care and sustain themselves. So it's future-proofed in and of itself. Okay. It's built to be future-proofed. The programs that World Vision is putting in are to give women the tools so that they don't need to be there. Okay. World Vision don't want to stay more than they have to, right? It's about equipping people with the tools, the education, and also investing in them to combat things like climate change, because adaptation is a very big part of what needs to happen for these communities. Like you said earlier, they protect the biodiversity of the planet. We need to protect them. They have such a small carbon footprint. It's not fair that the global north has such a big one, and it's impacting them so much so that we need to make sure that they are set up for adaptation.
So where have you guys visited since they came down?
Yeah, so before I even come to that, let me just say some few things to complement to what you're saying around sustainability. All right. We're trying to bring all the key stakeholders together to have this movement so that everybody becomes so conscious. Even the consumer alone can even drive the sustainability, because if we consumers, we are conscious about what we use on our body, it pushes all the key stakeholders, including the private sector players, to source the materials from ethical sources, and also ensure that what needs to be done is done well. And so we are bringing everybody on board, even including the media, for all of us to be aware that there is a need for us to ensure that we protect these valuable economic trees.
And I think you've chosen the right person to partner with, because being a model and the kind of person she is, people look up to in the beauty space. I think that's a very powerful
I'll take the
tool
compliment.
you're using. Absolutely, because because of what you represent, if you said to people, look, let's do ethical source, I think that this particular share product is ethically sourced. You can move a lot of money to that side.
But at the heart, I'm an African.
Of course.
And I'm passionate about African people. I'm passionate about the continent. I'm passionate about the potential and growth on the continent, So it's me just coming back home.
I wanted to ask you which places you...
Yes, so we have been specifically to Savulugu. We have a women group there.
Near Tamale?
Yeah, Tamale. Yeah, Bulong Shea Butter Processing Center.
Wonderful.
This group was just women, about 30, that were doing... it started with a savings group where they were mobilizing their financial resources and supporting each other. But they were picking the share from the wild and doing their own thing at the small household level. And we saw, there was a lot of prospects around. There's a lot of opportunity they can take advantage of. So as part of our engagement, we engage the women and also did the analysis and see what is workable there. And we saw that there is a prospect for this.
Yeah.
And we went into partnership with the group and the community, took them through a series of trainings.
Yeah.
And we supported them with the resources, equipment, the center. And then we start.
So their livelihoods have been sustained. There's something they will do beyond just one crop season.
Exactly.
And nobody will take over their trees and cut it for firewood.
And everyone benefits because it's an investment. You know, this isn't an aid type system. This is let's invest in rural people because we also benefit off of the work that they're doing.
Maybe the next level will be a big factory of shea in Tamale. Who knows? Just wanted to say before we close though, so you're talking about sustainability. So people want me to ask you to, maybe the best way to sustain this is for you and Idris to come and live in Ghana. Have a permanent, because there's there's Sierra Leone, there's Ghana, there's Somalia, there's Canada, there's UK, all in the equation.
In the mix.
In that mix. So, and Ghana is the gateway to Africa.
Well, I can promise we will live in Ghana one day, inshallah.
Wow, that's a good one. You heard it first here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Idris Elba and Sabrina say they will live in Ghana one day. Let's hope that's a very close day. But have you been treated well since you came here? Have you enjoyed Ghana?
Absolutely. Ghanaian people are amazing. I love West Africa in general, but Ghana, Sierra Leone, some of the places I've been able to visit, they're all close to my heart.
Of course, they're very close to your heart.
Yeah, they're very close to my heart.
How can we get more information about your is it a foundation or your
our brand?
How do we get more information about this?
Yes, our website is sablelabs.co.
Sable, so
SABLE. So it's Elba's backwards, actually.
Oh my God, I'm not that smart. Oh my God. Oh, I now see. Oh, so basically her name. So the S and then Abel, but backwards.
Yeah, so Elba's with a plural. You just switch it around. That's why it's got the apostrophe in case anyone's wondering. So sablelabs.co, sable.labs on Instagram, and you have World Vision International, but World Vision Ghana, and their website.
So what's the name of the partnership? It's just called Sable Labs.
We haven't named it yet. Should we name it now?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll do a competition. Listeners will suggest names one day.
Sure. But I have to give a special thanks to the World Vision team. Thank you so much for allowing us to bring people out and share these stories.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for using your star power to do something good for the people of Ghana.
I should stay. You give me a lot of compliments.
We even get a friend to give you a place to stay. We love Idris too.
Thank you.
Love Idris.
He's
a great guy. He's a great guy.
Thank you for having us.
And Maxwell Ahmedi.
Thank you.
He's already dressed like somebody who just came down from the place. Yeah. It's good to see you, man. How are you doing?
It's a pleasure, Bernard, being on show. And so just to tell your listeners that we are around World Vision. We are in the 14 out of the 16 regions of Ghana.
Yeah.
Wherever you see our presence in, just ask of us. You are interested in working with us. Yeah. About trying to protect the environment and trying to support the initiative, because every product that you buy, you are contributing towards the agenda.
I'm telling
so
you.
we are bringing all key stakeholders on board, from policy makers to private sector players, the farmers and all the investors.
Yes.
They should come and let's continue the conversation.
Wonderful.
And see
We'll
what
be
we are
talking
going to do.
Maxwell Ahmedi from World Vision. He has a big title: Livelihood, Economic Development, Technical Program Manager. But Sabrina is just the founder of Sable Labs. And we're great to have her. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
A couple of minutes to wrap up. Stay with us. So the legendary Na Amanua goes to her ancestors tomorrow at 8 o'clock at the forecourt of the State House. And it's just in order that we spend the last hour of the show celebrating her work as part of the Wulomei group. Beautiful voice, fantastic performance. Now, if you thought the show has been great, we have more for you because Branch in the city is going to go into overdrive. I mean, Fremas joining, there's emoji. I mean, just a bazaar. It's almost say, baby, you know, I did an emoji song for to start the show today. His ever medley, and he's going to be on Branch with what's the name of is she a class prefect or the headmistress? She's the headmistress.
Frema.
No, not Frema.
The teacher now.
Yeah, class teacher now.
Class teacher.
Yes, now she's going to have emoji on the show, and I'm sure Frema also joined. Are you going to have a stand at the back to your village?
Yes, I am. I do have a stand.
What will you be selling?
Local drinks.
Local drinks.
Yes.
Okay, I'll
and
pass
yogurt
there.
as well. Please do.
I'll pass there. What's the name of the stand?
Zoella Drinks.
Hey! We are Bible side. Zoella Drinks. Zoella Drinks. Spelled Z-O what?
E-L-A.
Zoella Drinks.
Yes.
So Zoella Drinks, you need Zoella Drinks now.
Bernard, my voice.
Your voice is weather sensitive. You are very powerful. With the baby too, they do your own part. Oh my God. Thank you for listening. I've had a great time today on the show. Samantha and Sky were here earlier on, and I also had the supermodel and the World Vision Development guy passing through. Emoji is on after this with Na Oyokote. So Zoe Abubeduado has City News at 10. Take it up, Zoe.
Coming up, Defense and Interior Committee of